on the troll.
Hello and welcome back to Mzansi. We're back again. It is that time of the night.
Yes.
But before I say anything, Emil, how are you doing? I just need to fix my headset.
Okay, I'm doing great. I'm doing well. Guys, how are you? Welcome back to the Mzansi Reality YouTube channel. This is where we unpack on the activities in the Senzo Meyiwa trial. Let me tell you, it just gets harder and harder with every court appearance. I can't believe some of the things that happened today.
Right. Let us do the right thing. Guys, we welcome you. If you're here, we are here. I know some of you are like, hey, man. Yes, it's us today. We are here.
Yes.
Right. Please like the video. Share the video. You know the gist, man. You know the gist. We don't need to remind you. Grateful for yesterday. The night gang was actually almost equivalent to the morning gang, but obviously the morning gang eclipsed us a bit.
But they did the work.
They did the work.
The night gang yesterday.
So
you
someone
guys,
was
you worked overtime. I'm very appreciative.
Yeah, this is in
the
terms
work
of
you
liking
did.
the video.
Yes.
Someone was saying the night gang, we need to push it to 1,000.
Please.
So that the morning gang comes with that 1,000. That's a 2,000. We got a 2,000. 2003.
It's 2.3 likes. That is really great, guys.
Yeah.
Great,
Yeah.
great stuff.
2.3. Sorry. 2.3 years. So we are here.
Yes.
And we see you. We see you, Tembelani Kanye. If it happens that I don't mention your name at the end, you must know that I mentioned at the very beginning, Busiso Moloi. We see those people who were just waiting, Sibanda, Skatele, and then Sehamete, were saying, hi, host Sims Klaba, and then Lepoka, Mohloba. Lepoko. I put A. Yes, and I see we are already 115 and we have 62 views. Let's not allow the views to be less than, let's not allow the likes to be less than the views, guys. Let us keep this going so that we don't disturb, we don't remind you, we don't do anything. Just do the right thing, remind each other. And we obviously have the moderators, and which we are grateful for. Emil, I think, in my own opinion, before we even start about what happened in court, I'm going to submit this. This is what I'm going to say.
Submit. What are you saying?
This is my opinion. The judge is changing the record. Important things.
You've said it before.
I've said it before.
You've said it before.
I just get a bit vindicated as we go along. The judge is changing the record. So, just a bit.
You're gonna demonstrate how he's changing the record because they are his fighters. They are coming.
Yeah.
They're gonna say, "No, Mr. Anonymous, you are wrong. What are you saying?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
You just don't like this judge."
No. The judge is changing the records, and it's important, very important. Small things, if you look at them, they are small during this case, but they are big in what?
In the outcome.
In what? At the end, it turns out to be,
and what,
how it looks like at the end.
What will support a verdict that we can already sense
that is coming.
He wants to make.
Yes. The judge is changing the record. I don't know. We start with them.
What do people say? What do
we start with what the judge is doing, or we start.
I say we start. We start with how we normally do. We'll get to the judge. What do you say?
I don't know.
You want to start with this guy at the beginning?
All right.
What do you say?
All right, let's go.
Guys, I get we're also warming up for other people to come and join in their live.
I know you always do that. Put it at the end or towards the
okay,
thing.
Put it
but
here
let's continue. Let's continue.
Put it here then. Put it here.
They say it's one-on-one rule. You come in, you view the likes. It's one-on-one rule. We can keep up with the number of the views that we are seeing.
Yes, please. But now I like starting at the beginning.
So do
So
that.
State Advocate George Baloyi announced that the Section 205s that Khumalo requested in order to cross-examine Veiws have been made available. All they needed was his USB. Advocate Mshololo informed Advocate Baloyi that in addition to the two numbers that she wants Section 205s on all the numbers that were mentioned by Colonel Steyn in his evidence, and Colonel Veiws has indicated that he will be able to gather all that information. Baloyi said that he will need 2 days regarding the additional information for all the numbers Advocate Mshololo was requesting, and he kept emphasizing that it was additional information. For the two numbers Khumalo requested, he said that they can be provided today or on that morning while they were appearing in court, And he requested that the evidence of Colonel Veiws stand down until Friday for the defense to go through the data regarding the two numbers and for the information.
What they mean is that they don't have it. They didn't do it. So this is what
did not have Section 205s for the numbers.
most of these people
accused
they didn't
number
have
five.
Section 205.
My question is
Why
why
were they quiet?
were they quiet all this time? My question and curiosity now comes in that.
Look, in my humble submission, observation that I made, what Baloyi did to Mshololo in terms of that number, read that name, it pissed him off. It
to
pissed
say
her
that
off.
Her numbers were stored in accused number 5's phone.
I like that. I like that she was pissed off because I was also pissed off. There was no need for that. So now she's making sure that everything is done by the book. If you can do that on my back, I might as well turn back and do the same. I can play that game. Two can play that game. And that's what is happening. And we are the beneficiaries of this are the accused.
Oh, yes.
Because there are a lot of things that were done in a very questionable manner. That's why I'm saying, and that's why I'm in support of what Mngomezulu is saying, that this thing is cooked.
It's a cover-up.
It's a hogwash. How on earth they got these numbers from these service providers without these things? It's beyond
Very
me.
interesting.
It's beyond me.
It's very interesting.
And we are supposed to trust those so-called experts as they come from those people. How they got that, it is beyond me.
I put it to them that it's giving very much
We know each other.
we edited.
Huh.
It's giving very much we
We can do
Tweak here
anything
and
for you.
there.
Yes. That's what it gives.
it's giving that right now. And we didn't want to say it prior because we were giving
And
you
the
benefit
fear
of the doubt.
when Khumalo wanted,
Section 205s.
on top of that, wanting it from the service provider
Provider.
direct, the fear there. The judge started, why?
Even interfering.
And I always tell people, when this judge interferes, you are hitting the nerves, man. We are hitting the nerves. Don't
I
change.
like what Khumalo was doing today. He wasn't phased.
You know what? This
He
judge,
wasn't scared.
the manner in which he's acting, now I'm starting to like it. Because what that does, it pisses off this defense. Now they are not relaxed. They start retaliating in a good way.
Khumalo fought a good fight today. Mahlo. Today, he was not shaking. Today, he was not like a child who's afraid of being shouted at. Today, we melinto yaki today. I was very proud.
You see, I
Like,
even
wow.
like the fact that they shouted at Mnis. Because Mnis was smiling there when they were about to read the Sangoma the affidavits, giving the judge that, for me, that's like you sending the signal that, hey, this is swag. Do you understand? It was wrong of her. I saw it. I didn't want to call it yesterday, but I saw it.
Nisi was laughing.
Yeah, there was that laugh. I don't know whether
Said
they
that
were
you're
laughing at the
anything.
English that is going to come out of that affidavit or what. But there was just that laugh in Jinyan, which look, when you are there, it's a fight. That thing, whether you say whatever you say, that thing, you are fighting. You cannot be then allow that judge to walk all over your customer, your client. He's your customer in any case. Yeah, you can't do that.
Well, he said he asked for the matter to stand down until Friday for the defense to go through the data regarding the two numbers for the information requested by Advocate Mshololo, and that they will hear from them as to how much time they need. And Veiws was in court to confirm all of this. The judge said that Veiws rather appear on Monday instead of Friday. Mshololo said that she's requesting those Section 205s from the service providers, not from Mr. Veiws.
You say this judge is not biased. Look at how he shouts at the defense like they're this child that was born by umamncanes outside, and then they're staying with their what do you call it in English?
Their concubine mother.
Or father is married to this woman. Hey, he shouts at them when they've done something wrong.
The children of the side chick.
Yes, the children of the side chick. And then when it's Baloyi, it's, in fact, if Baloyi is at fault, like Mshololo's issue.
No, it's disappeared.
It's like, when do we start scheduling now? No, what is it called? The DPP.
There's nothing wrong.
The DPP is not going to be in a hurry now. Nothing is said about this DPP. Is it DPP?
Yes, DPP.
Yes, nothing is said about it. But when Bomgomezula asking for that, yes, hey, already we are slow.
So you've been waiting all this time, 8 months.
I like
not
what
doing a follow-up.
I like what Mshololo did, saying that I've been waiting. Yes, it's not my job to follow up. If everything is done by the book,
there would be no need for
me to follow up.
It's that simple.
It's that simple.
So why must I busy be?
So someone's like, you shout at me for not following up. I was waiting for this chance so that I can postpone this thing.
Hayi leli judge leli hayi ngeke bafowethu. Uyasikhulumisa Shem, uyasikhulumisa kakhulu. You know? Well, she also said that the numbers linked to her client is Colonel Steyn, who testified about those numbers. And the judge said that she did not examine Colonel Steyn then, and that it is unfair. Colonel Steyn testified around August last year. He said that the fairness cuts both ways. Now we need additional information from Colonel Steyn, and Colonel Steyn has retired. Mshololo said that she did put that question to Colonel Steyn, and she said that she has not been supplied since Colonel Steyn finished testifying. The judge was ready to fight, and she said Mshololo took 8 months. Mshololo said that she has been waiting for 8 months. She has waited patiently. Okay, and the judge was getting ready to really attack Mshololo now. And Baloyi said that they indicated that they did provide the information in a disc in October last year, but they have since indicated that they cannot decipher that information. So he gave them a disc with information.
That disc is
that
like
he was not able to decipher.
That disc
before he gave them that disc.
That disc is like a hard rock. I don't even think that there is something there.
You know, when he speaks in his beautiful English, you'll think that he's saying something.
Yeah, you feel that he's actually the wrong people. He's been doing that.
Yeah.
And it was all good because I don't know, maybe they looked at each other as colleagues.
You think, like, you know, he's well spoken. What he's saying is making it doesn't make sense.
It's the judge. It's how the judge receives it.
A disc that you cannot even decipher information from. That is so confusing. And now Colonel Veiws was supposed to finish with his examination this week, cross-examination this week, and he said that he's the one who's supposed to be isolating those numbers to try and give it to them. So now I'm perplexed. There was mentioning of a cell phone expert, the network, the service provider, right? How come host has been given the responsibility of isolating these numbers while they said that the service provider was going to come and testify? And why do we only have one service provider instead of for all the networks that were connected to those phones? Well, the state requested certain numbers from the service provider, and Mshololo says that she wanted to subpoena the numbers from the service providers, not from the state.
Look at this. And obviously, they're not going to help him. Look at this. I want to see if all those numbers are Vodacom numbers, because if they're not, we're still going to have another hiccup.
The judge said that it is unfair for the state to do that in a case that they're trying to prove. I was like, what? So you are telling us that the state is not supposed to give the network provider information to the defense in a case that they're trying. What is this judge saying? What court is this? Isn't the state supposed to be the one proving their case? Why is it so hard for the state to decipher information from the service provider if it proves the case that they're trying to prove? Why is it
if
so
everyone
difficult?
is helping the case?
Why is it so hard? And why is he making excuses for the state? Why is he doing that? This sounds like an excuse to say that it's unfair for the state to do that in a case that they are trying to prove. What is unfair about bringing in the evidence of the service provider?
Nothing.
What is unfair in that?
Nothing.
Unless if it's not there. Unless if the service provider was
going to come with a different
information.
Yes.
Sure, guys.
Considering that they've declared this case bogus, then they need to fact check everything, because we are talking about MPA as if Baloyi was not part of that. But he's the one who received these dockets, both of these dockets. He's the one. If you are saying this is a system that is being used to harbor something, then Baloyi, in a sense, you are saying is part of it. He's part of the MPA.
He is a part of the MPA.
He is the one who received the dockets,
yes,
both of them.
Yes.
Looked at them, and they decided with their bosses.
Well, the judge said that they have brought Section 205 documents which were supplied to them by the service provider, and that now they need additional information. That is what is being said. Mshololo said that that is not additional information. If the state says that
it was supposed to be there,
it has been provided with the Section 205, and let it be beamed in this court. She even put that challenge forth to say, if they're saying that I have it,
I'm ready to question.
I will cross-examine after. I will proceed with the witness. Show me that Section 205. Beam it here in this court.
Yes. Tabang Mahlati, thank you very much for your donation.
Thank you, Tabang.
Thank you.
Thank you. So what Jim Shololo was saying is that she has never received those Section 205s. Never.
And they are not there. Those busy hiding with the disc. Because they couldn't even decipher them from that disc of theirs that they claim everything is there. It's just that they cannot, my lord, open the disc. Is it hard disk? Are they still using hard disks, these people?
But who?
Yes.
In 2024. Their laptops don't even have a slot.
2008, that thing was not there.
The judge said that if she wants additional information from the service provider, then she's free to do so. What is going on? What in the heck is this? If you want information or additional information from the service provider, then you are safe to do so. Don't you think if she had that privilege, she would have already done it by now?
Yes.
Wouldn't she have already done it by now?
She's got the privilege, but she's going to need the manpower of the same court that is throwing hands at them.
Every time you subpoena, you're going to need the permission of the court, right, to do that?
Yes.
So
you're going to need the power
to say that
behind.
she is free to do so is not the entire truth. It's not. So Mshololo said that she doesn't want additional information, and Yena, she hasn't received any records. Khumalo said that in addition to his request, he also requests that he can be provided with the affidavit of the investigating officer.
Mshololo was supposed to ask the same thing.
Yes,
All of them,
including Ramos Sepele, including Gomezulu, the permission or the affidavit.
Even
that
if
was
you don't know
written.
these things, guys,
Yes.
I agree, we are learning on the job.
Yes.
It could be that they didn't ask it first because they just
know.
didn't do maybe much research about it. But now they know about it, and the witness is still there standing for in any way. They shot themselves on the foot because they brought this man pretending to be testifying for himself. All of a sudden, he was testifying for Steyn also.
And then also, maybe a lot of people who are on the state side are going to come here and fight and be like, what are you guys saying? You guys are twisting things. Wara wara, were. These affidavits are important. These affidavits in themselves.
Because they prove.
Yes, they prove that the
there
evidence.
was a process and evidence was acquired properly,
and it wasn't manufactured or written down or edited, because PDFs can be edited these days. So that is the authentication. In fact, this is going to assist the state to prove their case even further, but they are busy moving at a snail's pace.
The fact that already they are found wondering when they need to provide, because it should be there closer, like let us adjourn, we'll come back and give it to you.
And then it comes back after the adjournment to say, okay, here
they have all the resources.
These are the things that strengthen their case.
I put it to you. You could go do that thing. He's a junior.
Yes, Sibanda. Sibanda is the one who should be running, in fact, and getting all of those things. Writing, then to do a cross-examination, asking the same question
for
the whole day. Hi. Why is it so difficult to get these things?
Because it's not there.
Well, the cross-examination of Boto Bukai Mogola continued today, and Baloyi said that part of that information is already on record. When Mushona testified, he mentioned that Colonel Bonstra requested the 20s the very same day, or the Section 205s the very same day, so that the defense is sitting with that information. Khumalo denied this, saying that he does not have the affidavit of Brigadier Gininda nor the affidavit of the service provider to say that he did receive a request from Gininda. Khumalo stated it clearly that he did not receive any records in respect to the numbers. The judge asked for those two numbers that Khumalo was talking about, and he gave them, and he said that he also wants the statement of the magistrate when he approved the application, where he signed an order. This is a third document now that is being requested, where the magistrate, the DPP in particular, approved that those applications can be made. They can go to the service providers and get those numbers and verify that the numbers belong to the accused and do the analysis.
Yebo.
Well, Baloyi could not beam what Mshololo was asking for, and they said that they had already said that it will be provided on Friday, proving Mshololo correct that actually she had never received those Section 205s in the beginning.
Sorry, Emily. Guys, those who know how to donate in this channel, please help Owen Komane, our member, how it's done. I'm sure you guys can help, because I see already we have one person who has really helped with the gift. So unless if you want something direct, then that's a different story. We don't normally. But I think if you want gift and all that, we'll do appreciate them. We appreciate them also.
With regards to the recording, Mr. Mnisi yesterday conceded that House was correct in his evidence when he said that the center of the communication was vested on accused number 5 and vice versa.
Was that conceding because you just don't want to be present on Tuesday?
That's what I was asking myself.
Because that part is at the end. There is a part at the beginning. As you said, you correctly said, at the beginning.
Yes, when he was cross-examining, he was
what
correct.
What you could have considered is that, yes, it is not under the name who accused number 2, as you were saying.
Number 2.
But it was said in the same group as it was number 2 was being mentioned. That I would understand.
Why would you go on to mention that all the accused were connected on the evidence of accused number 2?
Yes.
Why would you make such a bold statement in the midst of giving evidence for accused number 2?
Mm-hmm.
What were you trying to do or achieve with that statement right there? You know, that would have been what he would ask. But still, he was not wrong for the question that he asked. So for him to come back and apologize and I don't understand, because he wasn't wrong. How do you apologize for something that's not wrong? If my life is on the line and my lawyer does that, I'm going to be pissed.
Owen, I think you gifted our members here. They are part now of the members. Thank you on their behalf.
Thank you.
So we have about 2, 4, 5 of those people are members now.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. All right, let's move on. Yes, and he said that Mnisi's argument, guys, it was valid in my opinion. However, he decided to just concede and let it go. I don't know whether it's because he didn't want to show up today, or he knew he was not going to show up, or he knew that it's going to take a lot out of him to argue this. Maybe whatever he's attending today was going to take more out of him.
Yes.
Than just pursuing this with Veiws, while he was told that Veiws would be available on Tuesday. So the judge said that these things, they go with reputational damage. If it's publicized as it was published in the court, and outside that voter was forced to change his version, the story was put. What story was that? Is he talking about the journalists and what they published? What happened? What is he talking about?
He doesn't listen to these things.
What is he talking about?
He's talking about the journalists. He's talking about journalists.
The reason why he says he's not listening to this is because he's not supposed to. He's not supposed to be watching Mzansi Reality. He's not supposed to be watching anybody on the YouTube who's covered in the case. He's not supposed to be watching the media and while they're talking about the case. He's not supposed to also be reading any opinion pieces that talk about the case on the papers. He's not actually. So he keeps hinting about what these publications are saying, as if he's supposed to be looking at them. No, he's not. He's supposed to be objective and unbiased. And he's not supposed to engage in anything that's going to shape or sway him differently, you know. And he said, but this court has to mention that has been a full confirmation by Mr. Mnisi that there's nothing like that. Veiws said that he's testified that there's no need to play the record, and the judge said that they will take it to the ICJ for contraption to the Chief Justice. And I'm asking myself, why?
Welcome, Muhurute.
Welcome, Muhurute.
Welcome.
Thank you for joining the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Well then, yes, Mr. Anonymous, why ekhuluma ngabo ICJ? Why ekhuluma taking it to the Chief Justice? Chief Justice Mnisi apologizing, saying that he was wrong, must go to the Chief Justice. What is going on in this court?
It is happening.
Can lawyers explain to us lane persons?
It is happening. What happened to Diff? It is happening.
What nonsense is this?
In my own opinion, it is happening. So
Mnisi better retract. He better retract that apology and continue with that cross-examination he was doing. So khuluma Chief Justice manch.
That's how Afro Men started.
Yes.
Yeah.
How can you just bring up the Chief Justice like that?
You start eliminating them like that. If you feel that they are challenging you. And Mnisi indeed is one of the people that challenges.
He is. And now uzokhuluma ngabo Chief Justice. For in.
They make mistakes. There's no Chief Justice.
How? He also makes a lot of mistakes.
Let's talk about this section 205. It's okay. No one takes anything to anyone.
Aguna Chief Justice.
But if they do that, they're going to need to start to collect. They've made a lot of mistakes, these people.
Yeah, they must collect these mistakes
submit.
that the state has made. And
then about the judge too.
And support Mgomezulu in that application that he was talking about. You need to gather your evidence now.
Because it seems as if everyone is under attack now.
Apologizes to Chief Justice.
It seems as if everyone is under attack now.
Well,
no one is safe.
Ramusipili started continued with his cross-examination and asked Mogola about whether she knows about the second docket 375-07 of 2019. And she said yes. Mogola said that she didn't familiarize herself with that docket of 375. Ramusipili asked Mogola about the two affidavits of Brigadier Kininda. Ramusipili said that the accused number 2, was linked to this offense via utterances that were made by private individuals about his involvement in the case. Mogola said that that's correct. Who are those private individuals who linked accused number 2 to the case? But we'll wait. We'll wait for it to come out. And number 2, that by the clothing that he was wearing, a black hoodie, and Mogola said that it's correct. Number 3, via the identity kit that is Exhibit J, compiled by Amanda Yvonne Steenkamp of the Facial Recognition Unit of the SAPS. Over and above that, by the description of the people that were in the house, in particular by the doc identification by Kelly Khumalo and Tumelo Madlala. Remember, Lorraine.
The same people who said they did not have a description of accused of the second intruder. They were able. This is funny because they were able to actually identify accused number 2, but less when it comes to accused number 3, who's supposed to be accused the first intruder.
Yes.
And let's not forget that at some point it was Muzi who's the first intruder.
Yes. So Mogola said that she's not sure of the doc identification. I found this odd, you guys. I found this odd because Mogola is always in that courtroom. If you're not seeing her on the screen,
she's the one giving all these documents to Baloyi sometimes in that court. She's not a PA. No. Well, at least she's not Baloyi's PA. She's not a PA. She is actually there as an investigator. Yet today, when she has to answer, Kinindo, is he there all the time?
I doubt. No.
Hey, so yet when he has to answer, he does not remember.
She doesn't remember, but she's always in that courtroom in the background somewhere.
But when questions are being asked to the accused, she's giving everything that she can give to help Baloyi.
I even remember when Mkhuluzwane came to testify. Do you remember Mkhuluzwane? I even see that female officer.
Yes.
Who was part of the people that came at my house to arrest me. I'm thinking it's Mogola that he was talking about.
Yeah, he's the one who said you had a phone and
they went to yes, because
it's not even.
Mkhuluzwane pointed at Mogola in the court on that day.
We cannot shy away from what I'm seeing here. What I'm seeing is that people who are in the house, they are working with the state. It's alleged. Because we cannot even read these people's body language. You know why? It started with Tumelo, from Tumelo, and then who's this lawyer who's no longer there representing Kelly?
Munsami.
Those people are the reason why we cannot see these people understand. And we started de novo. That's a funny thing, but everything was kept as it is.
Yes, everything
without
was
a proper application of saying that this is going to be the case and this is going. Everything was kept as it is.
And before it stopped, prior to it being de novo, it's Tumelo who started with this whole thing of not wanting to be captured, and then they just followed with every other witness.
Yes.
It was never an application for every witness to not be beamed, because I even remember Advocate Tifo saying in a certain interview that, you know what, Sergeant Ntetwa and Musia are undergoing extreme public scrutiny because their faces were shown. So when it comes to this one, their faces must not be shown.
And they
What's
fought
so
for that.
special about them?
They fought for that.
They did fight for it. They did. Even the media was involved. It was just, the media is literally hanging on for dear life at this point in that courtroom, because if it was according to the state, they'd be out of there. Then Ramasipili said Tumelo and Zandi identified accused number 2 as the second intruder who entered the house on that fateful night. And Mogola said it's correct because she was probably in court when that happened. Now she remembers that she was in court when the pointings out were happening. But when it was put to you at the beginning, you said you don't remember.
Hey.
Well, it's not something that she says she was briefed by Brigadier Kininda. So she was certainly there in the court watching the pointings out and enjoying the show. Ramasipili referred to affidavit of Amanda Steenkamp, who interviewed the people in the house on the descriptions of the alleged intruders. For those who may not recall, Amanda Steenkamp is the lady that appears in the documentary who was talking about Kelly's demeanor when she was conducting her interview regarding what had happened in the house. And all of this took like 3 days, literally 3 days after the incident, and she wanted to do identikits as well as find out more information about what happened at the scene. And she described Kelly's demeanor on that day as quite troubling and disturbing, as if she was disengaged, did not want to help at all. And then when they asked about the child, whether they saw what happened or not, and she said no, Kelly refused for the child to participate in drawing answers from what had happened. So yes, she was very vocal about it on the documentary. She did not look like she was stuttering. She did not look like, she did not know what she was talking about. So on Monday, the affidavit read as follows. I'm going to read it right now. On Monday, 10/2014, 29th. This is the 29th of October, 2014, literally 3 days after the incident took place. She says she was called out to force detectives accompanied by Lieutenant Colonel M.J. Strecha, Operations Commander of the Protea Glen CRC, to interview witnesses in case 676. It was written like that. Ramasipili said that it is written as 676 instead of 636.
Yes.
So 10 of 2014. Forced slaughter, murder and robbery. I interviewed several witnesses individually. My first witness was Kelly Khumalo. Kelly told me in short that she and the deceased walked to the convenience store. Upon return, Kelly, the deceased, and the family members and friends had a smoke outside the house. Miss Khumalo called them inside to say goodbye. This is with reference to Kelly Khumalo's mother. They sat down and started chatting again. Kelly was sitting near the kitchen when she saw 2 unknown African males entering the house. Suspect A appeared very aggressive and demanded cell phones and money. The suspect approached Kelly and the deceased jumped up towards suspect A. A scuffle between suspect A and the deceased started. The next moment, Kelly had 2 gunshots. She gave the following description: African male in his 20s, brown shiny complexion, dressed, had dreadlocks, hairstyle, no scars, no facial hair, golden inset in upper teeth, language local Zulu. He was wearing a brown jacket with a wooden collar. And I'm like, what is a wooden collar now? He was not clean in appearance. Suspect A entered the house first. He was armed with an old black revolver. Kelly could not describe the second suspect after the compilation. She was satisfied with the ID kit and she compiled the face with the headgear. The second witness was Kelly's sister, Kelly Khumalo. She told a similar version and gave a similar profile and facial description of suspect A. The only feature she added was the eyebrows. She said the eyebrows when suspect A lost his headgear during the scuffling with the deceased. She could not describe the second suspect. So already here
it had to be her who puts the eyebrows.
Yes, she put
right.
the eyebrows, yes.
You know them very well, if you get me. You know them very well.
Thick eyebrows.
Thick eyebrows.
Well, then, the thing that's interesting about this here is Kelly did not mention the headgear. Zandi comes in, mentions the headgear, and says that she saw the eyebrows and the shape of the eyebrows. And the headgear fell, right, as they were busy in a scuffle.
Yeah.
So the third person interviewed, the person who did not identify the headgear, did not see the thick eyebrows.
Well, only one person saw it.
The third person interviewed was Tumelo Madlala, who was much traumatized. He saw the scuffling between suspect A and the deceased. After hearing the gunshots, he ran off to one of the rooms. He gave a similar description of suspect A. I showed him Kelly and the sisters' compilation, and he was satisfied with the identikits. He could not compile the suspect. So Tumelo could not compile the suspect.
Hey,
and there he was in the court, pointing at Bongani Ntanzi wabantu. Ethi huye lona, huye.
Hey umntomdala. Hey madoda.
Huye lona, huye. Ngeke ngize ngimkhohle mina ngeke ngizobukhohle.
Someone's father.
You could not help compile how that person looked after the incident.
But all of a sudden, you never forget him.
9 years later.
And the defense let you slide, eh?
9 years later, now you can recall exactly what he looks like.
They let you slide, the defense. They're supposed to drill you on this one.
The fourth witness was L.S. Twala. We're going to say it's long way. He gave a similar description. What happened on the scene? He saw a scuffling between suspect A and the deceased. After hearing the shots, he ran out to look for help. He couldn't describe the second suspect. So here, this is very interesting. Longwe is here, but he's not being spoken of in the scuffle, or not even the scuffle, the whole pushing incident. Because in Kelly's version of what Miss Steenkamp was writing and collecting is that the suspect was coming for her. Kelly's saying the suspect was coming for her. And then Senzo is the one who got up and started scuffling with the suspect A in particular. And then she heard 2 gunshots. So she was already her story in the media was around the fact that she said that Senzo saved her life or was trying to protect her or something like that. I don't know how many of you guys remember that whole story that she was narrating in the media to say that he died protecting her. So this aligns to that theory that we've heard, right?
Yeah.
So the fifth witness, Mr. T. Makalede, residing at Mzamo. Manje ngithi Makalede ubani manje? This is a new witness. And Miss Yenkamp was speaking to this fifth witness by the name Mr. T. Makalade, residing at Mzamo.
Do you remember those 2 boys that claimed they saw a car? And then the rest is history.
Allegations are that they both passed on.
I think they fit
this description.
The description.
So, compiled the face of suspect B, and he said he saw 3 unknown African males in the vicinity of the gas station busy on their cell phones.
I got the theory of 5.
Oh, comes from these 2
these 2 witnesses that after disappeared. I would say disappeared because I don't know anything.
Wow. And then he saw them again at Kelly's mom's house, these suspects that he was seeing around the gas station. He saw them at Kelly's mom's house. Suspect B stood outside at the gate.
Awungitshela, I mean, gas station. What rings in your mind?
When I think gas station, isn't the danger box or the petrol station?
Petrol station.
Petrol station.
As an investigator, what do?
You go look for the petrol station.
And then?
And then you see what you can find.
You look for CCTV.
CCTV.
Right?
Yes.
And could have solved this thing.
CCTV
Right.
at the petrol station.
Because they are always
But
going to
then-
be there. This is a township petrol station. They are always going to be there and active.
Ne, Bostian Camp. Petrol station. CCTV. 3 days, Mtagabao, that you got this. 3 days. CCTV at the gas station. It's
Yebo.
always there. He gave the following description. African male, 25 years, 1.8 meters tall, slender built, medium brown complexion, clothing, a black hooded top. Witness saw a golden insert in upper teeth, and hairstyle was dreadlocks, facial hair, mustache, and a beard. Witness saw something in his hand that could have been a firearm. Witness could not describe the rest of the faces. A sixth witness called Sipiwe, who could not compile any faces, but he mentioned that he saw an old green-blue Sudan.
Not red.
We were
Not
told
silver.
of a silver polo.
There was silver and what?
A silver polo.
And the other one?
And a white one.
Yeah.
A white polo.
No, not silver. Blue.
And then Zungu spoke of a red somewhere there.
Yeah.
Red something, a red car.
Yeah.
So he saw an old green Sudan near the danger box. 2 unknown African males were sitting in the car, and the other 2 were standing outside the car. After a few minutes, the car left, and only 3 unknown African males stayed behind, and they were busy on their phones. The witness later saw them running. In front was a person with dreadlocks running with a firearm in his hand. The other suspect jumped over the wall. Haibo. Didn't we have a witness who was saying that they were jumping over the wall? Lieutenant Colonel Strecha and I left Fosler as detectives to see Miss Khumalo at her house.
It's a totally, we might ignore this. This is a total different version. In a sense that people jump the walls, suspects jump the walls.
No, but I get it, this person is from the outside. Perhaps he perceived the person who jumped the wall as one of the suspects.
Out of the gate.
And then he jumped a small gate.
A small gate.
Oh, that's why the jumping of the wall was being fought so hard. This part of evidence was already kind of out there.
I'm not an investigator. Ne? I'm not an analyst or whatsoever of some sort when it comes to it. But when you hear this evidence, it's not difficult to actually conclude that this is just bogus.
Wow. Now I see why these 2 witnesses cannot come to court and testify.
That's all we're waiting for.
Well, the statement continues to say, Lieutenant Colonel Strecher and I left Fosler as detectives to see Miss Khumalo at her house. I interviewed Miss Khumalo at her house. I interviewed Miss Khumalo at a neighbor's house. She gave a similar description of suspect A. I showed her the compilation and she said she saw the lightness in the face. She could not describe the suspect. Ramasipili said that his purpose for this exercise is if they look at the people that were in the house, those that gave the description of the people that committed this offense are Kelly Khumalo, Zandile Khumalo, Tumelo Madlala, Longwe Twala, and Makhumalo. All the people, according to the affidavit of Warrant Officer Steenkamp, they could not describe the second suspect. And in court, the second suspect was attributed to accused number 2, Bongani Sandisontanzi. Mogola said, I did not depose any affidavit related to that content. I have also never had an encounter with the person that deposed the affidavit. So I am not in a position to comment on what you are putting to me. Yet she was there investigating. Nana. You were investigating. So this is how this department decided to handle this case. Then I can only imagine the rest of the cold cases, in my opinion. Go to mess. You don't go back to the root of we color.
In fact, one can claim you sangomarize these people.
Yeah.
Say, hey, of course, I think today the person we want that you're talking about, Brigadier, is that side. Let's go find him.
Or informers just come out of nowhere and give you this information. You run with the information. You do not check if the information aligns at least with something from the prior investigations that have been done. No, you don't care for that. An informer is there giving you mana. You run with the mana. Whether the mana is true or not, you don't care.
Change of pattern, willingness to answer compared to later. When you feel cornered, then you start not knowing things, forgetting, you don't know, you were not there, you were not part of that. I mean, if it doesn't show that, you probably are lying. And I'm not saying that that is the case. This is my opinion. Then I don't know then how a person who lies behaves. I don't know.
We're even denied seeing the facial expressions. Ramosipili said that Sergeant Mogola, you are a police officer, and I'm not going to cast any aspersions to you. As part of the investigating team, you assume the investigation of the case, and in the docket it says the previous 40 people that were fired prior to yourself, according to the evidence of Makubo. Those people had already done preliminary investigations in relation to the identification of the intruders. And from this, they say that none of the occupants of the house say they could not identify the second intruder. Baloy objected to say that they are sitting with the same problem they had yesterday when Gomezulu was cross-examining. They have viva voce evidence, and they expanded on their evidence. Baloy said that it is unfair now to go back after they even identified.
He should have been here when Sibanda was doing exactly that.
That's why he was sitting quietly and he was not present on the first 2 days. And then when he came back, he decided to be quiet, like a church mouse. And yeah, just let him do the whole, because he knew Sibanda was going to get away with it. He was not. Now I remember Mr. Anonymous saying that perhaps he knew that he was not going to cross-examine the accused. He knew it was a plan all along to have Sibanda do it, because they knew that Sibanda would be given a slap on the wrist. And he was.
No, I don't think Steenkamp, in my opinion, affidavit is cooked. I'll tell you why. Because it portrayed someone in a certain manner. It wouldn't, if it was cooked, it wouldn't. It wouldn't explain the demeanor of Kelly, for example.
Yeah. For me, it was that documentary that definitely made me...
But the story that is told there, if you ask me, these old stories, if you listen to them, we said it before, they were going to Mandisa's door. I thought they were going to come and rob us, but they just came and shot Senzo. What does that fit? Look at it. Think about it.
To say that they
an
were
angry
coming
wife, an angry fiance, send people to come and cut the man off. And then just after those statements, then the news was doing, the media was doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
Everyone was going there, asking question. Why are they not questioning so and so? See, the theory at the time, I don't know what disturbed it, or Tifo came or something came. In my own opinion, it was going to Mandisa's store. An angry person who was angry at his man decided to unleash. It was fitting.
Definitely.
It was
because
fitting.
You can hear from the part that Steenkamp was writing on Kelly to say...
Even Sangoma.
You know.
Even Sangoma. Sangoma says the cell phone was left there, which is in line with what Steenkamp is saying. Both these people are saying, no cell phone was taken. But unfortunately, we have Stein here who comes and say, the cell phone is moving to Basutung Hostel.
Now, do you see why that Section 205 is important in the affidavits from the service providers, as well as this affidavits that the investigating officer sent to the service providers?
So from these statements, you can conclude that the phone never left the house. Even Ngumalo said it.
Ngumalo said it. He saw, there's a picture that Musia took that he later released. There's a cell phone there in that living room on one of the pictures. Ngumalo is not making it up. The picture was there. He was cross-examining based on that picture.
So if that is not telling you that there is no intruder also. Intruder moves with the cell phone. Intruder does not move with the cell phone.
Means there's no intruder.
Means there's no intruder. Too inconclusive, as the judge would like to use inconclusive.
Inconclusive, but let me go to the gist. The state submitted that the proper way is to refer to the evidence to say that in totality, in addition, not only to this exhibit but to their evidence. This is what they said. It's unfair to just say that it has to be based on the totality of the evidence. So what I get at here is that pointing of accused number 2 by Tumelo and Zandi exonerated these investigators actually from having to go back to the incident and the scene of the incident. It made things easier for them to not even consider looking at the work that was done by previous investigators.
Yes.
Their claim is literally to say because they pointed them here in court, there's no need for us to even look at the prior work that was done before we started working in this case because they know who they are. Baloy also wanted them to open the records of what was said in court by, for example, Warrant Officer Makubo, which in my opinion wastes time. I mean, if he thinks that that's not what Warrant Officer Makubo said, why doesn't he just object based on that? Instead, the defense recalling the facts from the head, because the defense, they are recalling everything from their heads. They are not doing what Baloy does to say, taking 30 minutes, let's go to the record of the 29th of July, 1504, page number, paragraph, line number 3, reading a whole paragraph, and then no, they don't do that because honestly there's no need. If you can recall a fact as a fact, then whoever says it's not true, they must object based on that. Then we go to the record and check if it's true or not, right? So he was literally telling them that they should cross-examine, how they should cross-examine. Ramasipili said that he does not see the fairness and that the objections sometimes are premature. He was going to refer to the identification that was done by both Tumelo and Zandile, and the judge said that Mogola never spoke to Steenkamp and does not have the contents of the statement.
That is testifying for these people.
He asked Mogola for a comment, and Mogola said that she has no
Already
comment.
you have told him what to say.
Sipiwe and Makeleni, these are not the people that were in the house at the commission of the offense. Mogola said that she could only comment on what Makeleni because she was tasked to follow up on him.
Look at how he's tasked on the dead ends most of the time. Dead ends.
And isn't this dead end related to the investigations done by prior investigators?
It is.
So already is telling us that you pick and choose
what you looked at.
Mr. Makeleni has passed on. She said this in court. Mogola said no to being tasked to follow to Sipiwe. There is no surname or details of him. And Ramasipili said, I put it to you. Warrant Officer Steenkamp at the time, she says she had 22 years in the police and 17 years in facial recognition, and that she compiled according to the description that she was given by the witnesses. If she says these 5 people that were in the house could not describe accused number 2, as a police officer, do you agree with me that she could not suck that information from the vacuum? It must have been given by those people that she says they couldn't describe accused number 2. Mogola said that's correct.
So 2 people are lying. Steenkamp's lying. The Sangoma, well, the judge girl doesn't believe in Sangoma. But good statement. He's lying also.
The judge said that to him, because Mr. Mgomezulu said that this is a cover-up. So you are saying despite the fact that it has been put to the police, including yourself, you were busy with the cover-up. You are still able to say or give a comment fairly.
In a sense, the judge just didn't want this woman to answer the question.
He was literally guilt-tripping her.
He was saying, do not answer it. It's a trap. In short.
Well, he continued to say that and not be a subject.
But he didn't read the room.
To giving a comment to a cover-up as it is put by Mr. Mgomezulu. Mogola said that she's responding to it like it's an opinion. She missed it. She
Too
missed
much.
the hint.
From there, she was supposed to keep quiet. The judge is helping us.
She said that Ramasipili is like he's making an example, and she said she's not the author of the statement. So the judge asked her, did you hear my comment?
You can imagine when Mogola comes back and says, I don't have answers for this, I was not part of this. How far? I want to know the radius or the distance of the judge upon maybe such decisions being made, because it is worrying that a judge is sort of insinuating in court that this person should not answer that question on the basis that previous defense asked a question that did not sit well, or in fact put an assertion that did not sit well with the judge. And this is someone who's not biased, who's still gonna look at this thing. What do you guys say? Objectively.
Objectively.
Is there space for objectivity here?
Without fear or favor.
Without fear or favor. I mean, already you are assisting on the other side. Very much there. In fact, not even assisting. What is left is for you to answer. Direct. Yes. I want you not to answer that.
Yeah. So he's asking if Mogola is aware of that. Mogola said that it's actually a comment that was put on her by Mr. Mgomezulu. And the judge said that now you are commenting on the investigation. Is it still under the cloud of you covering up? I just want to understand. Mogola said, my lord, there is no cover up where I was involved in. So the judge was literally leading the witness here. And he says that it's his role to do so under the disguise of I want to understand and seek clarity. Ramasipili read the transcript of Kelly Khumalo when she was testifying on the 19th of July 2023, and it said, as I'm here in court, I saw the gentleman there. Remember that whole the theater she was performing. Suspect 2, the one that had a hoodie, following the one with the dreadlocks. Zandi said that on the day she took a crutch, and together with Tumelo, they tried to assault the person. By the way, Tumelo denied this. He said that he didn't use a crutch with Zandi to beat up accused number 2 or the second suspect. He said that he punched him.
In this case.
And he continued to say that she was with him and she looked at the person very well. Zandi said that she remembers his whole face, his stature, his body, as well as his height and where he was standing. And she said that she had not seen accused number 2 before the incident. It moved at some point from light brown to his complexion being from light brown to being light to being coffee color to being, it was a lot. And when you look at accused number 2, he looks nothing like a coffee color or light or any of those things. So at the identity compilation, she added the complexion and the height. So that description was not given to Ms. Steenkamp at the compilation of the identity kit. Baloyi said that it is a matter of argument. The judge said that the matter was traversed, and the accused Ramasipile, he actually accused Ramasipile of repeating evidence. I don't understand how, when he's literally cross-examining the investigator. I don't understand how he's being accused of repeating evidence. I don't get it.
It doesn't make sense. It was asked, but
When
it was
he's
asked differently
using
by someone else somewhere else.
Bozandi's statements to complement the question he wants to give, he's
To
being
support
accused.
his submissions.
It just felt like, wait, what court is this today? Every time I had to gather myself, I'm like, what court is this? This is feeling like a kangaroo court. This is feeling like a kangaroo court. So Ramasipile said that the addressing the objection that Baloyi raised. Mr. Anonymous.
It's welcome, Mamulao. I think I read it correct, or you gonna correct me?
I can't see from where
Mamulao.
I am now. Mamulao. I hope you said it correctly.
Yeah, it's beamed.
Okay, yes. Mamulao, thank you so much for joining the membership. Thank you to the family of Mzansi Reality, critical thinkers over here. I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy. So Ramasipile then said, upon the arrest of accused number 2 on the 16th of June 2020, subsequent to that, the 17th, until they appeared in court, was there an identity parade held where the people in the house had to identify accused number 2, when Mogola said that she has no idea because she was not tasked to arrange any identification parade? So Zandi in the ENCA interview also said that they were not called for an identity parade. And in fact, she was asking, why were we not called? Why were we not called to identify them? After saying that she didn't see them on the TV because they were wearing masks.
But he did identify them, understand? Guys, just like the video. And again, thank you very much, Tsidi Anna Mohapi, for your gift.
Thank you,
our
Tsidi
member.
Anna. Tsidi Anna Mohapi. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I see everything that you do for the channel. Well, Ramasipile went on to ask about the 18th of June when they went to Sibanye Stillwater mine to confirm Tanzi's alibi. Mogola said that she did not attend to any medical section when they went to look for documentation to look if accused number 2 had any injuries on his legs. They were looking for injuries on legs. Even with accused number 3 and 5, there's a time where they said that accused number 5 even refused. Allegedly, he refused to even take off his shoes when they went to him at Kalagabusha.
Isn't it closer to... Isn't it funny how some of these things, they backfire? You did admit that you checked legs. And then all of a sudden, you are told that the person that they could be covered up for was actually shot. And that's an alleged, as it was said by Mgomezu. Don't quote me. Quote SABC1 and Mgomezu.
Mogola had arrived with Brigadier Kininda. Mogola did not want to answer on whether she saw Brigadier Kininda go into the car and speaking to accused number 2 in a one-on-one in private. She said that she was busy with the work that she was doing. So whether there was a time when there was a one-on-one between Brigadier Kininda and accused number 2 with the suspect, she has no recollection of that because she was concentrating on what she was doing.
I wonder what he was doing in that car, working.
She was probably writing something. She writes a lot.
You think so?
I saw the court background the time Advocate Baloyi, I can't remember who he was examining. She was sitting there in the background.
I'm thinking she was drinking nice stuff, like, I'm just thinking.
Well, Ramasipile at some stage in Brigadier Gininda's testimony, he said in the trial within a trial, he stated that at some stage he requested to speak to with one-on-one with accused number 2, and he confronted accused number 2 with the two identikits of the two suspects, and he put it to accused number 2 that it looked like him. One of the images there looked like accused number 2. And accused number 2 said he was not involved in the commission of the offense. And this is a case of mistaken identity. Accused number 2 never at any stage said then that he wanted to confess after being shown those identity kits. They are saying that as Brigadier Gininda was leaving the vehicle, one of the police officers said that accused number 2 is calling him back. He wants to speak to him. And
something
that
purporting to
is when this thing of I want to confess came into the picture.
Something of welcome Zanella Triumph. I'm hoping everything is fine. As a member, welcome girl.
Welcome, Zanele. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Ramasipele also asked, as they went to Sibanye, did they have the 636 docket with them? Mogola said that Brigadier Gininda was the one who was in possession of the dockets. So she was literally Gininda's errand girl. She's investing on a case. She's not looking at the dockets. Brigadier Gininda's the one who has a possession of the dockets.
Buy me McDonald's, you go buy.
You go buy. Make me tea, you go buy. Make tea. Buy me coffee, you go buy coffee. Go take my dry cleaner suits, you go. I don't understand Mogola's role.
I don't want to go deep. Let's continue.
I don't understand it.
Let's continue. Leave it at that.
After the short adjournment, Ramasipili now went to the next interaction they had with accused number 2 at his place of residence. The purpose was to search for the hoodie they did not find. He also asked about the evidence of accused number 2 when he said that he was at work when asked about his alibi. Mogola said that she was not there in the interview. So Ramasipili asked, when they said that accused number 2 was absent from work, the HR manager even came to court to testify that he even corrected himself in court. Yes, guys, we remember that, to say that accused number 2 was on unpaid leave. Therefore, he was not even supposed to clock in on the 26th of October 2014. Mogola said that he has no comment on whether she's aware of such evidence. Ramasipili went to the statement of Nompilo Sangweni, the Sangoma, the traditional healer who allegedly consulted with Kelly Khumalo. And in the statement, she says that Kelly told her that the intruders pretended to want phones, but only killed Senzo. They did not take her phone. She found it in the kitchen.
Wait. DJ Oza is saying Mogola is my mom wrote, guys, on a serious note. Ish, I'm not proud to say that Mara I is it. Hey, your pastor.
She's your pastor. She's really a pastor. Isn't that a code name? DJ Oza.
Maybe it's pulling our leg.
No, DJ Oza, no. You need to make that clear. Explain to us what you are saying, because is she really a pastor, or is it?
Let's not blast him.
Well, then, speaking to count of robbery with aggravated circumstances in the theft of the cell phone, that is the evidence. Should Nompilo come and testify, blow out of the window or out of the water, the state's case on count 3. Now, count 3 is that of a robbery with aggravated circumstances. You do know that the 5 accused are not just standing in for murder. It's murder, attempted murder, and robbery with aggravated circumstances. And theft. Theft is also there as a charge as well for the cell phone. So Advocate Baloyi objected and said that there's objective evidence from kennel stain which suggests that Kelly's phone went in the direction of the hostel.
You see why I don't like these experts? They become a source of truth.
He said that is the danger of putting hearsay evidence. He's now flipping the script. So Stain's evidence without the Section 205s is also reduced to hearsay evidence, by the way. You better find those Section 205. You need to find them. Well, then Ramasipili said that he's happy because the accuracy of the towers will be touched on with the service provider. The judge said that Steyn was an expert and he also used the towers, while Ramasipili said that he's an analyst. He's an analyst, judge. He's not a service provider person. He's an analyst. He knows nothing about towers.
This just makes people expect. That's why we are also expect, because we've been talking about this case.
The judge reminded Khumalo on his cross-examination as well of the same aspect when Khumalo said that there was a cell phone, you understand, on one of the pictures that Musia had taken when he was doing his investigations on the 27th of October. Khumalo said that it appeared that it was not robbed. Now, I wonder why Ramasipili did not use this in his cross-examination to also strengthen it, but I'm sure it slipped his mind. So his cross-examination ended, and Advocate Nyeki, who's standing in for Advocate Nisi, had no further questions. In fact, he said that counsel for accused number 4 and 5 may proceed with their cross-examination, and that if there's a need that the witness may be recalled because he wants to ask questions, then that I'm sure that can be arranged. Well, Advocate Khumalo for accused number 4 now started with his cross-examination, and he said that accused number 4 asked Mogola about the buccal swabs taken on his client, accused number 4 at Lugo prison. Khumalo asked Mogola if she's aware that of this bag number that was forwarded to Forensic Science Lab. He even gave the bag number, and Mogola said she was aware of it. Khumalo asked if she's aware that the results were negative. Mogola said that she was not aware. The judge came in now and said, is it negative or inconclusive?
Here we go.
According to the evidence of the expert who testified here, it was non-conclusive.
Mr. I listen. You even listen to what you change. Let us now listen to that part. Mr. I listen.
Significance? My Lord, the fact that I read you not in all the DNA regions, it has significance, because if I don't read you in all the DNA regions, it means you are excluded. For us to include you, we need to include you in all the DNA regions.
Ufuzo lwakho uma kuthatha amasample kanjalo luvelele kuma-region wonke we-DNA. Uma ngabe wonke lama-region ke ufuzo lwakho aluveleli, ke wena-ke awufakwa kuleyo DNA, kulezo izivivinyo ze-DNA.
Thank you, Madam.
Thanks. Sir, have you ever heard of an inconclusive DNA test?
Yes, my Lord.
Yes. Yebo, ngingakuzwa lokho ke okukhulunywa ke ngevivinyo engazange zakhethwa. Because as I'm listening to your evidence, there are symbols which you attribute to what you call regions. Is that not so?
Yes, my Lord.
And then, for instance, you make a conclusion that you have identified the occurrence of certain symbols in a particular sample of a donor 10 times, let's put it like that.
Yes, my Lord.
And then, let's say 4 of those tests did not indicate any DNA. It was inconclusive, right?
Yes.
And then in 4, you say those symbolism of the regions is excluded. Is that not so? Look, you say 16. You say 16 is the paramount figure, right?
Yes, my Lord.
In the test which you have concluded, as I was listening to you,
Yes.
you say, for instance, a certain person is included, as you say, you read it,
Yes.
that person into the testing of that DNA test, right?
Yes.
6 times, for instance, right?
Yes.
And then you say, in 4 other occasions, I did not read him or her into that equation. Is that not so?
Yes, my lord.
So is that not an inconclusive
No,
result?
No, my lord.
Okay.
And inconclusive, we don't really say inconclusive, we say no conclusion.
I see.
Yeah, so it's where we are missing you in one. Basically, we say if we miss you in one or two. So if we miss you in one or two, then we will say it's no conclusion. We will
Right.
say we can't make a conclusion whether we are including you or excluding you.
Right.
Yes.
Sure.
Here you go. Now, today, it is what was said by the expert. Well, the expert here is Ratha, as you guys can hear. Ratha is an expert of this thing. Ratha came with this thing. He believed his own thing to such an extent that today he's defending it. And you tell me that that person is not changing the record and is not going to rule against these people. I don't know.
But unangu Ratha ufuna untanzi eboshwe. Kanti kwenzakalani ngoRatha nkosi yami? Because this is not what the DNA expert said. In fact, when he said, can you say it's inconclusive? He said, no, my lord. He said, no. That is not what it means. That DNA was literally saying within sub-Saharan Africa, there are a couple of strengths that people may share, coming from the same tribe, coming from same regions with ancestral lineage. Then a bit of them, but them not being able to totally become a match, all 16 strands of them becoming a match, you cannot say that it's a match. Meaning it's a negative. It doesn't match. And what does the judge say? Turns something that does not match to it being inconclusive. Inconclusive means there's no decision. It means there's not.
If I remember very well,
positive.
I was listening. If I remember very well, this guy explained inconclusive when I think there's only one or two regions that are not matching. Then that is when they say inconclusive. For them to say it's including you, it must be 16 of these regions.
Yes,
all of them must match.
That's
you.
why even when you do a paternity test, it must be 9.9%. Then it is your child, or you are related to that person.
We are here today.
But if it's 80 something, if it's Giafan, you're not the
It's
father.
not the first time he changes the record. I have a lot. I can bring a lot. Let me show you something.
Ratha, guys, will be the end of the
Came in following each other. It was quite clear, or they were showing that they were in shock and they were fast going towards Gwabini's room. I stood up and followed them. When I went inside Gwabini's room, the light went off.
Yeah, just a minute.
What's the shit? That's what it said. Listen,
Sorry,
it's the noise.
I know the concept is the same. Mase ngena in Gwabini's room, right? Was a good Tisha a light. Okay, when you interpret, you say the light went off.
It was correct.
Are you with me?
Yeah. Yes,
The concept is slightly nuanced. Like the light just went off. He is saying was a good Tisha a light. Mr. Jonas?
Okay.
Evidence is changed. Successful. Loaded. Done. Evidence is
changed
changed.
it from the light went off.
Let me
to
show you
somebody
why.
switched off the light.
Why that is wrong? It is wrong in many ways. One, this man is not in position to see what is happening inside. That's why it was a light, which was correct.
Which was correct.
What is sure a light? That means you know for sure someone switched off the light. So this man, and it's not only this. We can bring as many as you want, but I'm telling you, he's been grinding. He's been at work. He's been at work, doing all these things.
Why are the defenders?
Then you tell me that this man is not preparing for what is already there. Tell me without showing me these things, these videos.
Yeah.
What's the issue light? Inconclusive. Today, Khumalo could not testify. Could not
He couldn't continue cross-examination
because the judge said the expert, which is him,
it's inconclusive.
Said it's
but
inconclusive.
It's him. He's the expert. He's the DNA expert who said that. It's not the actual DNA expert who was testifying. The judge is the one who said that the DNA is inconclusive, not the DNA expert. Let it sink in. The DNA expert even went further to say, no, my lord, and explain how it works. Yabo. He didn't want to hear it. What he wrote in his notes is that it is inconclusive. Yes. It's a rap. The DNA is inconclusive because he said so. Let's move on with our lives.
And you tell me that this man is
Niyambona ukuthi wenzani Ratha. Niyambona.
ziyakhala la manje ngaboni kahle.
Very clever.
Ziyakhala la.
Moving like a bare matlajana. What animal is the smartest? He's moving like that. And you will not see it until there's a verdict. And he will be justifying everything.
On the basis
on
of that
verdict.
one DNA expert said it's inconclusive. So he was not removing you from the scene.
Yes, that's where it's going in the judgment. That's what this judgment will be saying.
You'll be reading that to you. You'll be shocked.
You'll be shocked. You'll be like, but if you are following Mzansi reality, you won't be shocked as much because we are telling you. You won't be shocked. You'll be like,
No, there's no need to even recall the expert. The record is speaking for itself. The man is he refuted him from the word go.
Yes, maybe they need to read it to him. The judge said, blah, 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 blah. And
You interfered with that inconclusive.
So, my
and
lord,
you failed to convince that
this
man.
part of you saying that the expert said the DNA is inconclusive is not determined by the DNA expert themselves. You did that. You are the one who said it. It's on the record. Because wowie. Well, he said that negative means that there was no matching samples. While Khumalo said that he will have a look at the results again. And this is where he had to stop. This is where his cross-examination was disturbed. So, what judge is taking clarity-seeking questions, making them a part of the evidence?
Rob versus...
Literally.
Rob versus... Hep. Ooh, is it Rob versus who?
Hessoff. Rob versus Hessoff. Hepworth. Hepworth. Who got who Hessoff wabantu? Ngese Hessoff.
Got it to you. He used to correct his Rob versus Hepworth.
It's Hepworth Basalwani.
Yes.
Hepworth.
Now the judge is using it. He's overusing it. He has turned himself to an expert of everything.
Wow.
Mystique everything.
But this already, this is not good. This is not good at all. And if Khumalo can address it, can you go back to the record of the DNA expert evidence, specifically that part where the judge was interfering, and let him know that actually the DNA expert did not say that. You are the one, you, Mr. Judge, who said that the DNA was inconclusive. What must we do with this? Should I continue cross-examining on this or let it go as you wish? Then Khumalo said, you said you were part of this investigation to Mogola since 2018. And Mogola said that she would get instructions to follow up on information, take statements, instructions to exhibit to the forensic science laboratory, instructions to be part of the team. She did it from 2018 for 6 years. Khumalo asked her, is it correct? Part of the evidence relied on by the state heavily against my client was the confession statement of accused number 2. Mogola said that she could not confirm anything. So Khumalo asked, according to what information that you have in the docket that implicates my client accused number 4, Mogola said, my lord, I said I know no part of the investigations at this point. I cannot really say what is it that is linked in terms of accused number 4. But Brigadier Gninda will be the one who will give the overall view of the state's case. Khumalo asked, what information do you have that implicates my client? Baloyi stood to object, saying it's not a fair question. Evidence has been presented by Colonel Steyn and Veiws have testified about the communication between the accused. It's for this court to decide and not for this witness. So he's literally using those linkages by the same SMS, because I don't remember there being an effective communication between these accused. Actually, do we have call records? Actually, now that I need to think about it, do we have call records? Do we have minutes of these people speaking to each other over the phone for hours and hours, plotting to go and commit the crime?
Nothing of that matter, because it would conclude the case. We won't even need to go around. It's not there. As much as this DNA now that is inconclusive according to the judge, but conclusive according to this to the what we call the expert.
Hi man, it makes me so angry. Khumalo then said, according to Gninda, when he was applying for a warrant, it was the confession of accused number 2 implicating my client that was relied on. And the judge said that there is a law that the confession of accused number 2 cannot be used against that of number 1. Now you're asking her do you foresee any danger? But if the law says that the confession of another cannot be linked to the other, why is this judge trying to stop Khumalo from exploring if his client was accused because of accused number 2's confession? What's wrong with him trying to find that out? He needs to find that out for his client. And the question is, why is the judge stopping that from happening?
And he's the one who always say, put your version, then later
it will be argued. And he also said that the law says he must warn him. So he says the law says he must warn Khumalo of not implicating or not making the confession now come to the record, even though Khumalo did not even quote anything from the confession. He just wants to know why his client is sitting
distracting.
there.
He doesn't want anything that seeks to exonerate these people. Arimo.
Yeah. Then Ramasipil also confirmed with the judge, because the judge asked him and he said that it will become part of the evidence. And I'm asking myself, how does it become a part of the evidence? So accused number 2 has no right, accused number 4 has no right to know how he was implicated in this case. What is the evidence against him? He also is not allowed to test the evidence that they are saying they have against him. The judge was basically instilling the fear of God to Khumalo to stop going there.
Exactly. And that's how he's been moving, if you ask me. My own opinion.
Well, Khumalo came back to say that, you know what, he did not extract the information from the statement that was made by accused number 2. So which was a valid argument. I did not even quote the confession. I did not even introduce the confession. So how can it be used against him if he didn't introduce it? All he wants to know is how is his client
because he did
sitting
not
there.
confess. Pelangiti confessions vele can put you to jail, as we see now with accused 1 and 2. Why? Yeah, because he did not confess. That's the
Why?
simple question.
Very simple.
What is the logic?
But then
Investigator.
Mogola said that she can't comment on behalf of the statement made by Kininda.
Guys, please like the video. 1,000 people, 1,002 people are here. 636. Let's press that like button and subscribe for those who are not subscribers. And that's why you probably cannot comment. I don't know if I set that thing up, but just subscribe.
If you're not subscribed, guys,
you won't be able to comment. I'm not
can't
sure.
be a part of
but
the chat.
just subscribe and then give yourself time, and then you'll be able to comment.
On
Like
the
video.
live, not the video itself.
And then
The
join
video
the
itself,
membership.
you
Others
can
have been
comment.
joining the membership.
It's just the chat of the live that you will not be able to participate in.
Yes, join the membership. Others have been joining the membership. Your gifts are there. Everything is there. Ask around. You shall be helped. And we thank you for watching us. That's the first contribution that you guys are doing, just for watching us and also supporting us, calling through, calling in, becoming part of this show. You are assisting. Thank you very much.
Well, Mogola said yes when Khumalo asked him if he should reserve that question to Brigadier Kininda. Khumalo also asked, the evidence we have, there is no evidence from witnesses in the house implicating my client accused number 4. Baloyi said that it will be a matter of argument. The judge said that he was just commenting, telling Khumalo that when he says there's no evidence whatsoever, he is not prejudging anything.
He is.
Well,
he was not even supposed to comment on that because he's seemingly believing what is there.
And he even made a bold statement to say that we had the analysts say that the people communicated.
Exactly.
Did they communicate,
Exactly.
you guys? Did they? Did they communicate? Did you hear such evidence sustained, or even Veiws? Veiws just testified recently. Did you hear any communication?
Bring the communication. Let's hear what was being said.
We want the communication, if it's there. Then Khumalo said that he reserved that cross-examination. And the judge said that if you are wrong, just concede. You lose nothing. You learn.
He wants them
So,
to lose.
Literally
Lose
forcing
confidence.
Khumalo to concede an argument in a court. Are you kidding me?
And then help you to create your judgment. What?
Guys, something is wrong with this. How Wali?
This guy, I'm telling you, this guy.
Something is not right here.
Between brother Yabaloyi.
Something is not right. How can you tell a defense attorney as a judge to concede an argument? And that is not considered bullying? How? Something's not right. Khumalo said that he wished to clarify that there's no evidence when that communication occurred with regard to the evidence.
There is no evidence against his client. And that evidence is not proving anything if it's there.
And he said, so we cannot heavily rely on that evidence at this moment.
You are supposed to submit his client on a tray for this judge.
But who?
You know, like, okay, I concede, my lord. Yeah,
Concede
or you
for
even
what?
considered. You remember that? Hello? I remember things. You remember that you considered that there was
For
evidence.
what? There's no conceding now. There's no
This
conceding.
judge.
Conceding of what?
Ah.
Mnisi fellow decide team. God, I'm not conceding. Mnisi better stop it. Ukhulungwa ngo ICJ khona manje, Chief Justice. You must stop this nonsense of conceding. Cross-examine. Do your work. Then the judge laughed as Khumalo was saying that.
It's a good thing because he was forcing him to basically, it's not even about Khumalo, it's about submitting Khumalo's client on a tray.
On a tray.
Silver platter. Here, take him, judge. Rip him apart.
What nonsense is that? Then Khumalo said, is it also correct from the evidence that we are having a present from the commencement of this case? There is no evidence whatsoever from the witnesses who identified my client in the vicinity of the crime. Mogola said that she doesn't know. Simply, the evidence was not presented to her. Sergeant, you cannot just take the contents of the docket without you having gone through the
You're
statements.
teaching someone of 18 years.
You are part of the investigating team of this case. Are you telling this court that you don't have all the information about this case? Khumalo asked. Mogola said that she has already led evidence about what she knows.
That
Maybe
I was
she
being
can kindly
sent.
confront with the statement whereby she's the author.
For coffee. I was being sent for everything.
They asked her
I
again.
never initiated anything. Never.
They asked her again.
As brigadier.
And she said she could not confirm because she does not know. Then they asked about the 2 cell phones that she said she forwarded to Brixton War Room. And Mogola says Sergeant Mabasa is the one who downloaded the handsets. Asked if she knew that one of the cell phones she sent had a cell number of 079-379-0137. Mogola said she did not analyze the downloads. Asked if she knows the section 205 was made in respect
What
to
is
that
this move?
number. Mogola said she has no idea.
What is this move called? Transporter. Do you know that move?
No.
The transporter. Is it Jason something who acts it? The transport.
I don't know the movie.
So what happens is they give you the package. You are transporting a package.
Okay.
For these big mafias sometimes.
Okay.
You are not supposed to see what is inside or open it along the way. You take it as it is, deliver it. That's your job.
That's what
You get
Mogola
me.
was doing.
So that's what Mogola was doing, the transporter.
And he can put that question to Brigadier Kininda, she said. Brigadier Kininda was the one who was coordinating the Section 205 and the analyzing and the downloading. Khumalo had no further questions as he said that Mogola keeps referring him to Brigadier Kininda.
Brigadier. I like how she go.
Mogola said yes, he is the boss. With pride. She said that with a proud chest that Brigadier Kininda, yes, he's the boss. And I'm like, where are we? South Africa. What is this? What is happening?
Monje.
What is this? Yes, he's the boss. I have never been so embarrassed on behalf of somebody in my life. Well then, yeah, investigations, in my opinion, have to be done on this lady's case and every case that she's worked on. If she's ever investigated, all of them need to be relooked
The so-called
at. In my
cold
opinion,
what.
I'm putting it out there. I'm tired. I'm tired. No. So the judge said that Miss Mogola sounded like the president's cabinet ministers in how she was testifying.
It's delegated. They're delegating. You do not ask questions.
Well, then advocate Zandile Mshololo began with her cross-examination, and she asked by saying that she wanted to understand the role that Mogola was playing in the investigation. Mshololo then said, Mshololo knows how to rub salt on the wound. She said that at the time when you were tasked to investigate this matter, were you aware of docket 375? And Mogola said that she wasn't aware of 375, but became aware as time went by because she's responsible for bringing dockets to court. She just brings them to court. She does not look
That sounds
at them.
like admin.
She does
See,
not
that
open
sounds
the
like
contents to see what is happening. No,
Transporter.
she just transports. Yes, she's a transporter, Mr. Anonymous. You were correct. Mshololo said, who is the IO in that case? And Mogola said that she was briefed that it was Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi working with Warrant Officer Makubo. So Mshololo asked her, I'm interested in the briefing that happens with the team. Did you do that? Mogola said that she thinks it would be proper to put that question to Brigadier.
If I was getting paid $1 for each time she said
I'd be
Brigadier,
rich.
I'll be rich.
I'd be rich. Then she said, I would be commanded to perform some tasks when we receive an instruction from Kininda on tasks that we report or brief him on whatsoever we have ventured on. We account to Kininda and he reports to his seniors. Mshololo asked her, there was evidence led in court regarding the warrant of arrest for Miss Kelly Khumalo. are you aware of the draft of the application for a warrant of arrest for Kelly Khumalo? And Mogola said she doesn't remember that. Baloyi said that it was a draft actually when Mshololo had referred to it as an issued
You
warrant
see,
of
this
arrest.
name of draft comes with Baloyi.
It comes with Baloyi.
The whole docket of 375 at some point was regarded as a draft from the junior.
And yet it has so much.
And when they are asked about it, this junior did a great job, because when they are asked about it, hey, people start shaking. Welcome
Yes,
back, Maria Gambi.
Maria Gambi. Yes, welcome back, Maria. Thank you so much for joining us again. Well, Mshololo asked, are you aware of the draft? And Mogola said, yes, I know that. Gininda briefed me. Mshololo asked, are you aware as to why that application was not authorized of arresting of Kelly Khumalo? And Mogola said that she was not aware. Wow. It's the path of your investigation that wants to arrest Kelly Khumalo alone. That's your case. That's 636. 375 says all the people that were in the house. Your case says Kelly Khumalo. And you are telling us that you were not aware. And you are an investigator of this case. Wow. Mshololo then asked her, there's evidence before this court from Stain regarding communication between Kelly Khumalo and my client, accused number 5. And Mogola said, I'm not aware. Mshololo asked Mr. Baloyi when he was leading Mr. Hose, he did so about the same communication. Mogola said, I did not hear that, my lord. Ooh. Mshololo then asked if it can be said that there was communication between Kelly Khumalo and Mr. Ntuli. Is that an offense? Mogola said that she doesn't have a comment.
I don't know why she asked that question, but I know in a sense, but I also don't know. There's no need for that question. There is no need. People must come with a proof that these people talked. This thing of linking. It's like you're conceding, you're giving them what they shouldn't have.
That's why now they're saying there was communication, of which they haven't shown the rest of us. What communication?
And they're going to make that thing your truth now, the truth.
What communication?
Know how the judges move.
All we had was linkage, linkage. We did not hear communication. Then Mogola said we were briefed about what he said in confession, and upon following up, we discovered that the people he mentioned were in prison. So the conclusion was that he misled us. This is with regards to accused number 1's confession. And Mshololo asked, is it your evidence that the confession made by accused number 1 is misleading before this court? Mogola did not answer because Baloyi and the judge objected to say that it was traversed yesterday. The witness
what does
said
it
she
have
was
traversing
confined
it yesterday?
to those
What's the
two
point
names.
of cross-examining? Welcome, Zamo Hlangu. Zamo Hlangu. Welcome.
Zamo, thank you. Welcome to Mzansi Reality. Mshololo asked her if she knew the facts of the indictment of this case and that the accused killed the deceased in this manner, and Mogola laughed and said that she knows the date of the incident, but she does not want to be confined to answer what is contained, the information that is contained in the indictment, because she will make an error. So Mshololo can't put her in a situation where she must agree that she knows. Whew. And when she laughed, it was an uncomfortable laugh. It was not a laugh to say, haha, she finds this funny. It felt more like, why are you asking me this? Mshololo then said, is it alleged that the accused on the 26th of October 2014, they killed the deceased in this matter? And the statement made by accused number 1 says that the deceased was killed by other people other than the people mentioned in the indictment. And Mogola wanted the indictment and said that it's not she's not the one who issued the indictment. Mshololo asked that as a result of the investigation, the accused before this court who were arrested. She said we've got another evidence in the statement made by accused number 1, which refers to other people who are not accused before this court. Remember Makimba and we've got a person whose application draft for warrant of arrest is still pending since you investigated and submitted it to the NPA, that of Miss Kelly Khumalo, who is not before this court. Mogola said that she cannot comment on that. Mshololo then went on to ask her, we have another set of a case docket of 375.
Welcome, Sibusisiwe Ncube.
Busisiwe Ncube.
Membership.
Welcome. Thank you for
Thank
joining,
you for
the,
joining
membership.
the membership.
Highly appreciated.
And
over
then
here,
just
Mthatha
on
Reality.
that, let us just might as well call and also welcome to Nyasha
Hi, Nyasha.
Chibaya. I
Nyasha
hope
Chibaya.
I had that correct. Yes.
We
Nyasha
hope we did
Chibaya.
not butcher it.
Oh, we try not to butcher people's name.
Yeah. It's very important. The name is important.
Yes, welcome guys. Welcome. Thank you very much for being our CEOs.
Thank you. Then Mogola said, I hear you. You as the investigating team have not filed the Section 205 regarding the accused cell phone numbers. And Mogola maintained that the questions she's being asked can be referred to Brigadier Gininda. Yeah. A question. Is Mogola still a credible witness or not? Nitini.
My opinion, no.
Family, what are you saying?
Because of the contradicting things and then defensive mood, no. For me, it's not.
And the judge actually wanted Mnyeki to cross-examine on behalf of Mnisi, saying that if you're going to say that you'll be standing in for somebody, then you must continue with that
I
somebody's
find it
work.
very weird that you
said it's
speak
the
behind
law.
someone. You speak. Why don't you wait for Mnisi and Mieki? Then you set one conversation that is going to help them in future if you are helping them.
Not
as a
only Mnyeki, even Mnisi alone. It's fine for him to address that with Mnisi alone. He has to wait for Mnisi
You
to
also
be
see
out.
him guilt-tripping people. He knows there's a bit of, for the lack of a better word, fucked up situation that is happening in court. So now he wants to shift the goal to focus on that as if that was the biggest thing that happened.
So now when he was asking for clarity around the Section 205s that Advocate Mshololo and Khumalo were asking for, and also turns out Mgomezulu also was requesting the Section 205s for the people in the house. He said that he's requested them and he's making a follow-up. Baloyi said that those Section 205s for the people that were in the house are on the disc, and he will ask the Vodacom expert to isolate those numbers.
I wonder what is going to happen in MTN numbers.
Because Longwe or Lorraine, somewhere in between, there was a
Because there's
mentioning
one
of
aspect
MTN.
of Vodacom, unless they do everything.
So what are they going to do with MTN expert? Is he or she going to be expected to testify on other network providers?
Yes, guys. Hopefully some of these new members are going to come and call. It's time for now calls.
Please.
If you don't know how it happens here, it's simple. The number is scrolling just below. There's a WhatsApp number which starts with 067619 and 0343, and then the other one is obviously what do you call it, 071, I think.
Yes, it starts with 071.
I see that some people have started calling. Let us keep it moving. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi,
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, my beautiful people. How are you doing?
Not bad at all. We've had better days,
Okay.
but this one is also...
Yeah,
Yeah, what an interesting day today in the courtroom.
very interesting.
And thank you for playing the video to refresh our memories about the exchange between the DNA expert and Judge Ratha.
It was
Thanks for
very
playing that for us.
important.
I was just thinking that, because this case was supposed to be a cold case, right? That is why it was actually given to Mr. Gigi over there with his team, right? So if it's a cold case, it means that they had hit a dead end, right? So now they're starting it all over again. So I'm imagining that the first thing that Gininda and the team would do would be to go back to the previous investigations. So they would go back because they were not there on the crime scene. They had no access to the forensic evidence or anything like that. The first place that they would start would be to go and access the first investigation and see what happened. They would read through all the statements, all the forensic evidence, everything that is in there. That's where I thought they would start first. So for this lady to sit there and tell us that she doesn't know anything. So then the question is, if she did not read the statements, she didn't look at the forensic evidence that was done previously, if she didn't look at anything, so how then do we have the 5 guys sitting in that courtroom?
Right.
How did they, are the 5 guys sitting there based on that one person's evidence or testimony or whatever? You know, I mean, the gentleman from who claims to be coming from the same place as these guys. I can't remember his name.
Zungu.
So are these guys sitting there because of what he told them? So everything else that came prior to them talking to this guy, was it not relevant? So they didn't look at it. Is that what they're trying to tell us? So then we must then believe that there's a case for these guys to answer for when other information was ignored. I don't understand. And yesterday, she made it very clear that she was just a messenger. Basically, she was just taking instructions and just being told what to do. She was just a clerk. She was just a messenger. She was not an investigating officer because she doesn't seem to know anything.
Yeah.
And then the second thing that really made me livid was how Counsel Khumalo was treated. This guy was incessantly bullied yesterday.
Yeah.
He couldn't even get a word in. Every time when he tries to speak, the judge is interrupting him. I was just so livid. You know, I just couldn't understand that. How is this man supposed to defend his client when he's not even allowed or given an opportunity to speak? You know, I think he alluded to the fact that he had the DNA report that he was looking at, but he was not even given a chance to explain himself or say anything about what's on that report. You know, and what I'm going to say next, it is entirely my opinion. It's not the opinion of the channel. It's my opinion.
Yeah.
Judge Ratha, what I've observed and what I've come to form an opinion about him is that, you know, based on what he has shared about his days during apartheid and all that, it seems like this judge was in many cases, most probably he was the only black person sitting around white people. And I'm trying to imagine that back in the day, that was quite a privilege. If you were a black person sitting around white people, you were so privileged, you know, because you were sitting at the table with the gods. So somehow he felt special being a black person sitting around black people. And I think now he's carrying that thing with him. He's got a big chip on his shoulder because he sat around the gods back in the day. He's a very special person. And because he's very special, he enjoys being under the spotlight. The spotlight must be on him because he's this special case sitting up there high above everybody else now in that country. He's special. The spotlight must be on him all the time. He must always be talking. People must be always listening to him. This man is struggling with just being silent. Why can't this man just be quiet for once? Just be quiet and just listen to what other people have to say. I think he's got that problem. He's got a God complex that developed from being maybe the only black person around white people. That is my opinion of him, and that is my contribution for tonight. Thank you, guys, and I love you so much. You take care.
Thank you, and we love you too. Thank you for the support, guys, and let's keep it going. Call in.
Right.
The numbers are.
Let's balance this. Let's like the video, guys. Keep it going. Ratha is bitter, old court bully. No need to address that attorney like that. Yes. Again.
No need.
Views and opinions are that of our viewers, not of Mzansi. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello. Let's give
Hi,
another.
family. Hi, good evening. How are you?
We're good. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks.
Yes.
My first time again.
First time.
First time. Okay.
Hello, welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you. Family, you know, I just wanted to bring this to your attention. Delinda and the state are playing a very, very good strategy right now. Because they're busy bringing all these Sergeant Mogola and all of that, because Gininda is the killer, he's the fixer. So I thought by now the defense would have caught up to the strategy, because all these questions that the defense is asking, they are sharpening. This is what Gininda will come and fix. So we will not give you anything during cross-examination, you as the defense, but Gininda will get all the questions. And by the time he comes in, he would have had all the answers. So the strategy, and I so wish that the defense could just catch up on this. And anyone else who comes onto that stand and say, Gininda knows, they just stop, probably like the second question. And then they say, okay, thank you, we'll wait for Gininda. Because right now Gininda is really sharpening himself and then giving it on a field of theater. That's my 2 cents worth.
Thank you very much. And again, welcome. Yes, thank you.
Sure, bye.
Bye.
And I think a similar thing happened.
It's correct. Khumalo moved in a almost as the caller suggests here. We hope that they move like that. Now, from now on, once they say Gininda, okay, get out of the move.
We want Gininda now, soon as possible. You're wasting our time.
Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Hey, siyabingelela sisinophuthi njani lapha?
Sikhona mfethu njani?
Ayisikhona.
Yeah.
Hayi akhambi kahle. Usuyayibona ke into engiyishilo emavikini endlula isivela ukuthi kahle yonke into yashintsha eselapha eseyobamba ubuthelezi ejele. Wathola ukuthi ama record ejele akhomba ukuthi ubuthelezi wayiboshiwe ngo2014 washintsha wathatha uNtuthu. Umbonile umsholo luthe ebeya kuyona.
Yebo.
Ebeya kulento ukuthi ejele esuka nje besuka la beqala kabusha bethola ifoni kuNtuli cha babeyolanda ubuthelezi yabo. Afike bathola ama record ejele ukuthi akusiye ubuthelezi uMakhimba wayiboshiwe ngaleso sikhathi kwashintshwa kwatholakala uNtuli yabo. Ene nansi ke into kuyiyona yazi ukuthi ngeke ngabona omunye usisi epostile nje khona ama post atrendayo kule ethi omunye eyilento esasiyifundiswa othisha yabona eyumsangana usiza ngani nje umoya wenkondlo manje ngabona ukuthi yazi lo sisi uyistorm ngani ngoba uma ungawu-understand umoya wento ugcina ungaboni lutho yabona lento kade ithiwo ujaji uNxumalo lapha yabo ibimeka u2 ivimba uNxumalo ukuthi engaqhubeki. Number 2 isitshela ukuthi kahle hle umuntu ogwetshwayo la kuleli cala uNtanzi noSibiya laba bakhona abakhe ngenxa ukuthi ebufile ubufakazi bayabona sebufile kahle hle umuntu oseyaphansi manje la uNtanzi noSibiya bebekhipha isinqumo kahle hle uyasikipha isinqumo ukuthi kahle vele nje labafana bobo u2 kuphelile ngabo.
Yebo.
Ena ayikho into ayizwayo lo yababa lana ayikho into ayizwayo yabona nje yonke le mina iyafana njengalento kade ngisho nithi abantu abakholwa lento kanjani ngani ngoba ingahlangani kanje naye uphakathi ayikho into ayizwayo khulu ene ngendlela ayiyona uyamkhumbula izolo uhambe right ukuthanga uhambe right izolo mbonile ukuthi ubuye ediniwe ngathi khona ade emthethise ebusuku ukuthi uyivumelela le nuisance ekhulunywa lapha ukhona yabo. Ufike nje namhlanje ediniwe izolo umbona ukuthi udiniwe nje kahle hle kusho ukuthi abelungu bakhe abamholela ebusuku bamthethisile. Hayi ngiyabonga.
Siyabonga kakhulu mfethu.
Yebo ngiqhubeke nokwenza umsebenzi omuhle siyabonga kakhulu bafethu ngaphandle kwenu hayi akukho lapho esingabhodla khona ngoba lento eshiyo usisi lapha hayi nami ngihlasele yabona sengivele ngicasuke ngize ngidinwe ngize ngikhulume ngedwa endlini bakuthiwa ngilalela.
Yeah mfethu hayi imoya phansi.
Izinto zaleli icala zivele ziphikisane kakhulu ubone kwanawe ungekho ungasiyena umele ukuthi kanje wena uthe hawu hayi ngeke
asibonga mfethu
lona hayi liyagilana shi
uthinta indaba enkulu uthinta indaba yomoya wenkondlo. Yeah. Mzansi hello.
Hello, guys. How are you?
We're good. How are you?
I'm good. Okay. First of all, I'd like to say, Uti, le case Lena, it brings more questions than answers. After Izolo, after Ngomezulu's cross-examination,
Yes.
he obviously mentioned Uti somebody's being protected. And we've all known Uti somebody's being protected. But my number one question is that, obviously we all know somebody's being protected, right? So Chico Twala, and obviously everything is alleged, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Chico Twala is being protected by the police. Clearly. But Kelly Khumalo is being thrown under the bus by the police. Clearly, Chico Twala is also throwing Kelly Khumalo under the bus as well, because nobody's protecting Kelly. Gininda's evidence is throwing Kelly under the bus. You know, Ugutu Kelly with the witnesses and not the witnesses. Kelly was talking to the accused, and there's evidence. You know, like all the evidence is against Kelly. And also, at the same time, they're trying to protect Ulongwe. But why are they protecting Ulongwe and then throwing Kelly under the bus? Why is Chico not protecting Kelly or whatever he did? Okay, whoever is being protected, why are they not protecting Kelly? That's what I want to know. And then today, Mogola was basically trying to disassociate herself with the whole investigation against Kelly.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to comment on that.
Yeah.
Why? When she was the one that was the not lead investigator, but she was investigating it. She was part of the team of the investigators.
I think I would take the caller's view of saying that these questions, if you continue asking them, you're giving someone who's still coming a weapon. You're arming the person who's gonna come and be the what do I call it? The cleaner, the person who finishes everything.
Yes. It's so confusing. Every day we're always scratching our heads. And another funny thing is that Mogola, when she comes in the morning, she sounds confident. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. And then when they start cracking her, we are tatazela. You know, because she comes in all coached. And then when it's time to be coming with answers, she starts cracking. When she leaves the courtroom, she's exhausted and defeated. You know, because you can't be coached on certain things because she doesn't know what she's going to be asked. But every morning when she comes in, until they follow up from whatever happened yesterday or whatever. So she comes in all confident, but then she starts cracking. But yeah, I do believe Uguti, all these questions being posed to her, they're all fucking in that to write down and take notes and fix and patch up 100%. But yeah, okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye. Right.
Mr. Anonymous nawe emailing yanibingelele abafethu kudlalwa ngathi la u363 akuna case la and ngiyazibuza ukuthi likaze kanjani leli cala ukuthi lihambe lize lifikelele esigabeni la kuthiwa selikulungele ukuthi liye kwi-trial while ulokhu ubufakazi bukazungu okwakhele phezu kwabo bufana ne-hearsay because ezinye izinto ay'balulayo akekho umuntu omunye ongamesekela kuzona and ilokhuzana abaseshi laba omamfundisi i-confession kaSibiya uthi bayizo noma bayibona ukuthi akusiyiyo eyamisleader but iyona ababambelele kuyona njenge-evidence abanayo uma ngabe belokhuza beqhubeka naleli cala leli abafethu kudlalwa ngathi la yabona la kudlalwa ngathi and umamfundisi ngiyasola ukuthi kusho bambonile ukuthi she's weak and now they're trying ukuthi bamsuse bamkhiphe kule case ngokuthi afike azowasitshela ukuthi ezinye izinto akakhona ukuziphendula ezinye izinto eziningi uyiphushela kubrigade yakhe ininda because mhlambe ngiyabona ukuthi uyena umuntu abambone ngathi mhlambe unamandla uzokwazi ukuthi amelane nabameli and nolokhuzana man onxumalo nabo onxumalo badlala ngathi nabo onxumalo badlala ngathi uMngomezulu he's fighting alone in that court.
Right. For those who are asking yini umoya wenkondlo, but the spirit of the poetry, you invoke ama emotions and using that umoya wenkondlo. So that's basically what they are saying the judge is doing is in a sense gaslighting.
Yes.
Setting them to not think properly and be able to structure their questions properly. Let's take the next caller. Zansi, hello.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Not bad.
Your line is busy today, hey?
It's busy. It's very busy. That's why we are saying Just hit, and then yes.
Yes. I don't know if you know the movie called Defending Jacob. You can only get that movie from
We are struggling.
TV. 2020.
We,
if you know that movie, you read this case. Yeah.
What movie?
But I don't know who
What movie again?
Andy.
What
a movie called Defending Jacob. You can only get this movie in April TV. I think it's 2020 movie.
Defending Jacob.
Yes.
I'll look for it.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. Yes. So I will start by saying it's too obvious this case will go for appeal. Because even the judge, I think the second time now he's saying, if this case going to another court, because he knows the case will go to another court for appeal to review. He knows that. Yes, he knows that. I was very happy with Gomezulu yesterday. Very happy. Actually, this defense that we're supposed to be doing, not to concentrate on this police that the state is bringing. Because anyway, they are not getting anything from them. They need to concentrate on people that was in the house.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, that's what they have to do. That's what the Navy did yesterday.
They shall subpoena all that way was in the house if they are not calling them.
You know what the problem is?
Eh.
The defense. They are even scared to mention scared to mention those names.
Yes.
They are scared. I don't know why.
It's difficult. Hey,
It's like they are touching the snake.
Hey, it's hard.
Sorry?
Hard. It's hard. Hey. It's
They
hard.
are scared. Only Gomezulu was able to say, okay, was a problem in the house like Beso did. Other lawyers, they're supposed to be doing exactly that. If you go back to the white judge who was dealing with Beninda for another case, to say, you doing a cover up. Facing Beninda like that, yes, they were supposed to be doing. Not when they see Beninda, they be asking Beninda about chief staff, the police. Obviously, they will never get anything from him. He's too smart. They'll never get anything. They need to focus on the people that was in the house. Even if they see Beninda, the next question must be with the people who are in the house.
Yes.
What it did as the investigator leader. That they're supposed to be doing, but now I'm not doing that. Again, with Shalolo sometimes asking that question. On that right question, she would ask one wrong question. And leave it like that. That's today. So, okay, if accused number 5 communicated with Kelly, is that an offense? How can you ask that? Because your injury is saying you believed that your client communicated with Kelly. And your client is the accused on this matter. Maybe she was going somewhere with the question, but she didn't really support the question.
Yeah.
She just left it hanging like that. And my lawyer, I'm sure, is happy for that question.
Yeah.
And they judge too. Because judge is working with my lawyer, and then he'll be saying after that, even my lawyer will say, indeed, my lord.
Indeed, my lord.
Yeah, indeed, my lord. Yes, my lord. Obviously, he's saying, indeed, my lord, yes, my lord, because my lord is answering for my lawyer. Yes, again, what the statement Mr. Masipile.
Yes.
Yesterday, asking what this businessman doing that was there today, let me just check. Mogola, if I pronounce it right, Mogola. Saying, if I'm wrong, my colleague was gonna object. That means he's saying, if Baloy stands up his right, the lawyers but I'm just waiting for Missy. I trust in Missy. He's a good lawyer. Yeah, I trust him if he's a good lawyer. Let's just wait for me tomorrow and take it from there.
Yeah, no, fine. Let's do that.
Sorry, sir?
Let's do that. We are doing that. We'll wait for Nisi if he's coming tomorrow and see what he brings on the table.
Yes.
And with Nisi, the judge doesn't interfere a lot with Nisi. Yes. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right, let me read this one. I would like to know who appointed Tubakai on this case. What was her role in this investigation? Because if you are appointed as a team, they are defenders. And okay, I'm just gonna finish this first. Defenders and the midfielders and strikers. What was her role here? Was she a ball girl, ball boy here? Here. A team that's not a team. Ugininda didn't have a team. He had helpers, not a team that he discussed the case with. Le judge Leli, ilapa for ito madote abantu bafo uqeda lento ilapa for itoho kusho yena. So I see now he's there for itoho. Yes. Now we can take this call. Zanzi, hello.
Asibingelele Mzansi Reality, Mr. Anonymous, no sis Emily ungaba inkosi lo.
Yebo ungaba inkosi.
Yeah, you know what I'm now doing every time the judge is attacking, actually is listening to the witness of the state.
Yes.
If you can take my lord, umamfundisi, umenze defense. After so many times, she has presented a case of not knowing what is going on, because it's always the question, I don't know this, I did this, I do as I'm told, I'm not aware of this, I'm not aware, but I'm the investigator. This judge would have said, "Hi man, wait a minute. So when Utinje, you are an investigator, but you just go around. You don't know this, you don't know that, you don't know this. Can't what's going on?" Yeah. This is how this man was going to react if Mamfundisi was the accused or a witness of the defense.
Yeah.
But because it's strange, we all know what they don't just pull you to investigate. Hey, come here, and then you are an investigator. When I'm file do this, you go into a room. The senior person who's assigning you the job brief you. It can take an hour or something.
Yeah.
You sit down. Hey, this is you have selected you guys to investigate this case. This case, we have this case. This is the story about this case. They will tell you from the beginning, even if they are not detailed. This is what we know, and they write it on the board. This is what we know about this case. But you can check. Here's the documents here to look at that. And then this is that. And where we are at now, we've got Zungu, and Zungu is our agent in this, and they gave us this information, and this is it. And then this is it. And then you work. When you work on this, But guys, familiarize yourself with this case and get on it.
Yes. Yes.
So she pretends she's going around taking documents there, and then it's called, hey, give the calls there. Hey, can you go and do this? She knows the case. She knows everything, and the judge is letting her free.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the problem. A problem le judge ilkhohlakele. This guy is very cruel, because in all the things that Mngomezulu was saying day before yesterday about the isanusi about the inyanga. He only select isithunzi. That was not the theme of the thing. The theme was on such and such a day, this happened, and you went to the doctor. You went to Inyanga. That is the theme of that. Ngomezulu was not saying, hey, let's test a judge. You need to test, you need to judge, you need to find it. Let's test the spiritual part of the whole thing. It was not about the spiritual part of it. But when you present, you have to present the whole thing. You were there immediately, few days or after the incident. You went to this person. You understand? That is the evidence. That evidence the court can deal with, just as they did deal with Mkulu. He didn't dismiss Mkulu and say, I know Mkulu, we cannot. No. How can we test Ugeza? Or how can we test Ugeza in the court? No. We can't take this.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Siyabonga. Shubile. I think we're going to go to Elena, because this guy is ready, and he's just. It's a pre-concluded case, Lena. He's just gonna do what he does, but we're going to appeal, and the appeal is gonna be special. Unfortunately, Abontans will have to stay in prison for a period of time. That's the problem. The appeal is not something ends within 2 days. But this case is dead. We are just watching the gimmicks now. Thank you. Siyabonga kakhulu Ntokozo nenjabulo.
Siyabonga. Get this. Hello, team. Mister, in order for the defense to break the dark, they should call Mam Khumalo, the cleaner, and Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're calling me number right, but I'm not calling you Mzansi Reality.
Yes, you are calling Mzansi Reality. Yes, this is Mzansi Reality. You are live. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, into ngifuna ukuyiqaqisa yokuqala ukuthi usukulizona showed us a lot of things, especially when it comes to indaba endlini.
Yeah.
Because number one, ama-infidels abengekho, because when it comes to la statements enjoyela abafana abawusuku abangasatholakali, the person was team obephuma ngaphandle eka i-stand was so from umthoko into esibili esiyibonayo ukuthi kuthiwa bafuna olimele emhlete.
Yeah.
So umngomezulu kandi ukhulume wacaca ukuthi uhlongo walimala elento like, which is something that they are i-team kwi-room going around yabo. So amaphoyisa for them to, for umuntu olimele emlenzeni, even amanje lawa bheka ukuthi alimele emlenzeni, it's clear ukuthi le version yayibekwe umngomezulu ecourt indecedit kuyona.
Yes.
Yeah. Because ulimele umuntu ebedubula, and that's what umngomezulu said. So they're looking for umuntu ofake i-gold suit, intanzi benganalo i-gold suit. Number two, that is number four. Number four, these guys Uzandi no Tumel. Beza when we talk identification. But the sebetsheni ukuthi yazini prior to uDidovo, menza mess up here ukuthi nihluleke ukulontuza point at these guys, because inini esimdingayo as abantu kwe close encounter nalabantu, because uKelly uexcludile wathi yena wahamba ekamereni. So bekudingakala bona bo-2 because they claim ukuthi they fought with the intruders ukuthi bakwazi ukuthi ba-identify, so solidify the case le ya 636.
Yes.
So mina ngazi nje inyakanyanga yodwa le, but I think ijudge if alikho alikho bias bezoyibona ukuthi le case ayikho and then ivalwe nje right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Siyabonga. Happy to be part of the family, excited for the real analysis, not SABC hogwash. Just have to read that. Let's hear this.
Hi, Mr. Anna and Emily, the beautiful Emily.
Thank you.
I was at the because George Lena Kamu, Wachajara, how about to glory? Before going to Ateta, the first sentence, your question, something, wait, as if whatever Motoro Glory. What a nice wish for Wako Senzo Balobita. There's this lady was Rosilam, Comoja love. Vamos be taking Jane and Yaka fail once. Hey, Judge Lena Waporate. I know Judge Leambo. What's your how can I wait, yo. Okay, got to screens at TV. Come on, hammer. Asantana, wait, you want to Ambora.
Yeah. Zanzi, hello. Zanzi, hello.
How are you, the Anonymous and Emily?
Hi.
Good, sir. How are you?
Good.
Yes.
My quick one, I want to take a 10 from everyone today. I'm thinking the way Madam Fundisi today, the way Mbonenga Kona is alleged as usual. Maybe they are not in good books. You know, to do things with ladies sometimes, ladies can't keep up the pace. And again, mina ngiyazikholela lezi zinto zokuthi umuntu oshonile sometimes uyakwazi ukuyilwela. Maybe Senzo is fighting for himself now. The time has come. Yeah, I believe in that. Yeah. And the other thing, amangama kuphi ngathi ngomngoma ezulu ukuthi uzogula anibona ngasekafuna umuthi wamehlo. Ilitho selingasaboni lapha ngathi naziya apha amangama. And then the last one, man, I think these lawyers, amanye ama-lawyer lapha, you know, if ungenamali, you are so vulnerable, man. Ugcina nje so senza noma yini nje. And uyabona nje lapha ukuthi nje ukheshi ube ake sithi ube udala impofu. Udala impofu would have quit long time ago that thing. I would have quit long time. It's just about money. They let me just get local corner. Let me follow this case. I can things understand. So yeah. And the last one now is the phone. But umhola wathatha ama phone ku bathu bani accused number 1. Wawasila ebhekini angazi wawasa kuphi. Then inamba kamkhulu bathi bayithole efonini. Then bayithola kanjani number kamkhulu ngoba those things were sealed, but they were sealed immediately after we collected my phone.
Yeah.
And then they took the forms, I mean the thing in the bag to the lab. Jigi number kamkhulu sithole efonini angazi ukuthi itholakala kanjani. Thank you very much for today.
Thank you.
Why raise
Right. Judge Ratha's interpretation of DNA result is very worrying. This is someone saying that. Let's answer this. Mzansi, hello.
Hello, Njani.
Njani.
Ikhona Mr. Anonymous no Emily.
Yes.
Yeah. Mr. Anonymous. Mr. Anonymous kuthi ayantshela ukuthi hayi lento le iphekiwe Mr. Anonymous. Manje ukuthi hayi iyabhidlika.
Yeah.
Yabo.
Yeah.
Lento ababe formulated ukuthi basukele innocent soul bajayi bazobabopha babayuse ukuthi bamele abanye abantu kuyibona abantu abenza crime. Yabona nje lento kanje nomntanzi wayefela iheight. Ngoba manje njengoba yayishipha itologist ukuthi umuntu wadubula uSenzo wayemude kunaye. Yabo.
Yeah.
Bade behlale bemcindezela kangaka. So manje into yabo ile ababekade beyiphekile yabhidlika manje yabo.
Yes.
Yikho nje usuhlala ubona naleli nejudge nalo ukuthi licaptureiwe naleli judge. Njengoba ulibona lihlale nje licindezela kangaka idefense nalo licaptureiwe ukuthi nalo under licapture njengekulaba kulaba be state capture yibo la ama mafia lawo yabo. yikho nje uhlala ulibona elinyewuka lingathi kusho ukuthi liyakhuluma ngenhliziyo yabo lifuna ukusho something kodwa njalo nje bilihlala lapho ulibona ukuthi uyalibheka luthole ukuthi uyalibuka la liyanyewuka ungazi ukuthi lifuna ukukhuluma ukuthini yabo hayi kona manje seyibhajwe emthumeni
hayi khona libhajwe
emthumeni ngempela manje Mr Anonymous no Emily hayi zibhajwe emthumeni akusekho ukuthi benze kanjani sekucacile nje yikho usubona nalama investigator lentombazane le isibeke ikhombe ngala ikhombe umuntu akasazi ukuthi ama-answer wasekho yabo lento laba bebayilekile hayo nayi kuyabheda manje
kuyabheda
kuyabheda ngempela angibonge kakhulu Mr Anonymous no Emily nibe nobusuku obumnandi nibambe nje kanjalo
siyabonga
yebo bhuti
uthi this one is saying hi Mr Anonymous and Emily if ukuba umfundisi kunje makuyeke ukusonta uzwakala nje ukuthi uthunyelwe with the judge Ratha angifuni ukukhuluma ngaye unenhliziyo embi akakhoni nokuzifihla sibonge umsebenzi omhle ngibuhlungu nje njengale case yes
yona iyadrainana especially now ibhlungu lento enzakalayo guys to this case
Hi Emily and Mr. Ano. Yeah, no, today we really I didn't know if you've picked what Baloyi was saying when Khumalo was asking Mogola, what evidence are you having against my client? And Baloyi stood up to object and say, what Khumalo is putting to Mogola, it can't be wrong to say there's no evidence against accused number 4 because Steyn and Veiws gave evidence that accused number 4 was communicating with other accused. And I was like, does Baloyi mean accused number 4, Mapisa, is there on the basis that he was talking to other accused? Not that there's any evidence that links him in relation to the house where the incident took place. So it doesn't matter if on the 26th of October 2014 Mapisa was there or not, as long as he was talking to these other people. It now takes him back to the house in 2014. Meaning, just like we are calling you there, Mr. Ano and Emily in the studio, if I would go and commit crime somewhere, you guys must know that Veiws and Steyn are going to link you to me and you will now get arrested that you've once communicated with me. By that time, you don't even know me. But as long as you've communicated with me and I go and commit crime somewhere, then you are going to get arrested. It's what Baloyi is trying to say to us, that they only arrested accused number 4 because he communicated with these ones that allegedly they were in the house. I know.
Wow.
Really, this case, it's very sad. It's very sad. Because ayikho yonke lento le, and we've been singing the same song. And as for the judge today, it just pretends not to hear what Khumalo was saying, because that debate between Khumalo and the judge, Khumalo was saying, all I'm asking for, it's 208 section. And the judge is busy saying, no, you are not looking for that. If you say this, and Khumalo keeps on saying, I think about Khumalo Nabo, man, they are too soft for the judge. You know, if it's Mgomezulu, I like it when Mgomezulu make a debate and wrap it up by saying, yes, I'm putting it. You must sometimes just be stubborn to this judge to bypass him, because otherwise, it's going to block you. Thank you guys, have a great night, and thank you for the show that at least we are able to raise our emotions. We'll wait for Kininda, because everyone is pushing everything to Kininda, and we know subsequently to that is going to come.
Thank you. Guys, have you all noticed the sudden absence of reporters from the court? Even so, the Abu Criselda from the SABC reporting on the proceedings on the streets at some unknown location in Johannesburg. The role played by the court reporters is crucial in ensuring the accuracy and transparency of the court proceedings, and their absence from the court might lead to inaccurate reporting, thus undermining the legal process.
Guys, I have been noticing that the reporters
Zanzi, hello.
are not there anymore. I thought maybe they're sitting somewhere.
Hello, Ninjani.
Sikhona njani sir?
Sikhona.
Yeah.
All right. we have alluded in the past months, and so we did try to make sense of the tactics of the state towards the defense. Yes, I can see. I can also hear other callers saying, Ratha inhliziyweni yes, kunama-element wenhliziyweni, but umuntu ongasabi, someone who's not afraid to show his biasness like that, and he has done so repeatedly, and that is surely noticeable. I think this Ratha man, he doesn't even deserve to be called a judge. No, I don't even think he values, being in that position. And obviously, he's a carefree guy. He knows what he has to gain. But I'm just worried about the reputation of either side that is going to win or lose this. Clearly, he's making it clear that he has made his judgment. But I think a lot of people are also finding enlightenment, and what also perplexed me was his readiness to come in and rescue a supposed to be an investigator. Now I don't know if she was a helper in terms of maybe being a receptionist for Kinenda, because for obvious reasons she's been saying I don't know. But what I like about the whole thing is that also the state did not plan that there's going to be a resilience that lasts this case up until now, wherein we are still predicting that the case can go on for even longer period. However, if we keep on watching and we keep on commenting and we keep on echoing the dissatisfaction that actually depicts South Africa in a very bad light, where somebody is just going to take a matter of this magnitude and make it a play story in front of people, whether others are fooled or not. Not everyone can be fooled. If Ratha is listening now, he must do like Umgomezulu. Allow yourself ukugula kancane, ungabi khona ecasini sibone ukuthi le case texture yayo ingaba njani, bengaba njani if Ratha was not the judge, because that's not the judge. He's more like a prosecutor or or an advocate. I can't understand this man, but I do understand. For a man to stoop this low, he must have been under fire of some kind. But it is fire. He chose it. South Africa will wake up to this. South Africa will be cleaned from this mess. I thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Hi, khona kunzima.
I think in my hardness.
Evening, guys. Evening, family. Ratha knows a lot about this case. Ratha knows a lot, and Ratha already has a verdict on hand. Family, please go watch a documentary, and I think it's finished by now. It's no longer airing. The documentary used to be on DSTV, and it's called Rise of a Nation. It's a soccer documentary. If Dr. Ivan Khoza is part of this case, then Ratha is here for a reason, guys. Ratha is really here for a reason. And you would understand if you were to watch that documentary and see what role Ratha played in Ivan Khoza's life when they were establishing these soccer clubs. So now he's here. He's here to help his friend some way, somehow. Rise of a nation. Then you would know. These are besties. Besties. Allegedly so. Thank you, family. Have a good night.
Thank you for that, allegedly. Allegedly. All is alleged. Just like the video, share the video. And indeed, I like it when you share opinions. These are opinions, public opinions, nothing else, nothing malicious. That's it. That's why we always ask people to comment properly. And I think you guys have done that to the best level. Thank you. Even the new ones, we don't just drop.
No, we drop. We don't drop exclusive information. We don't throw wild accusations and allegations. We throw in allegedly. Because we were not there, right? So that we maintain the integrity of the channel. So that...
Right, I think, guys, I've covered all of you as much as I can. All is alleged. Everything said here is just a discussion, public opinion.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. And no one is trying to damage someone's name here, and we do not intend to do so. And the channel is independent of the views. The views are of our subscribers, and we as a channel obviously have our opinions. Everyone has opinion. This is a free country. That's my belief. But as long as you do it in the right way, that's it. Just like the video, share the video, subscribe, do everything that you need to do about the video. From me and Emily, I think it should be a bye now.
Thank you to everyone who joined us. Bye.
And welcome to membership.
Welcome, guys, and thank you. Today you joined the membership.
Our sponsors, our financial sponsors.
Hey.
Thank you, guys. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. Bye.
Bye.